Hey y'all. Great evening. How y'all doing? Y'all know I'm on here to keep y'all in tune. So I had a few uploads while I was watching, my series or whatever. And, I just had to upload. I know a lot of people talk about doppelgangers. Is that what it is? Doppelgangers? It's about, you're another version of you. You feel me? Being across the globe or whatever the case. Doppelgangers. Doppelgangers? Is that what it is? So, either way, we're going to have an overstanding of doppelgangers, you feel me? Because we always used to hear, before that name even came about, we used to hear that we all had a twin, you feel me, around the world, somewhere, you feel what I'm saying? And I heard through another myth or legend that we actually have 7 versions of us out here, right? So remember we were speaking about alignment. We are coming to the point where all of the dimensions are coming together, alignment, right? So there won't be no confusion. So seeing that that's the case, you're going to run into another version of you. You're going to run into your twin. You're supposed to. You're supposed to come to alignment. And again, that's your judgment. You feel what I'm saying? When you come to someone that is looking just like you feel what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, your twin, your doppelganger, that is your judgment. That's your reflection. You know what I'm saying? That's you letting you know what level you are on. That's you letting you know either, nigga, you need to get your shit together. You need to realign yourself. You need to rise. You need to reorganize some shit. Or you're on the right track. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's based off your reflection. Correct? So this is a point to where we are coming to. Because if every dimension is coming to alignment, the stars, the planets are coming to alignment, you are coming to alignment. And again, just like we've always heard these myths and legends, we have twins, but come to find out we have 7. You know what I mean? And again, that goes within the 7 chakras, within the known of the information that we were given with the wisdom, right? So we have 7 chakras. They say we have seven versions of us, right? So you may want to get an understanding. Like, I feel like every version of yourself that you had let go definitely is still, you feel me, it's still here. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely can manifest into an actual, you feel me, vessel, because that's energy, right? So having an understanding that you probably have transformed so many times within your life. You probably have been through so many trial and errors, so many battles. So whatever part of you that may have been left during that battle may come back up again. You know what I'm saying? So either way, when I speak on us bringing self elevation from realignment, and I always say, others always say also, never leave a piece of yourself behind. Never leave your younger self behind. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like you're supposed to run into your doppelganger. I feel like you're supposed to run into your reflection. You feel me? Because I feel like that is judgment, and that's to let you know, oh, you're on the right path. You feel me? Or if you're not on the right path, you feel me? I feel like you're going to tell yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be in that point to where y'all can, pretty much tap into telepathy, you feel me? But if it's like you all cannot have that connection, that means that you haven't worked on that level within you. You feel me? Just like off of Wendy and Wyndham. That's why I played that, because she had to come to, you feel me? She had to come to being with, she had to come to sight, come in front of her, a version of herself. She didn't know that beast like energy, that monster that was caged in there was her. So it was like she had to realize that she had to go within and heal herself, not fight and kill, because that's a part of you. And again, your younger self is part of the most savage part of yourself, because again, that's a part of you that was thrown to the wolves. So we are coming to alignment to where we have to accept every version of self. So some people say, doppelgangers, whatever, you all may die if you all touch each other or whatever the case is. But again, it's all about your mentality. You feel me? It's all about your mental. You're coming to alignment. Okay. So you're supposed to come right here and have this type of connection, because you're supposed to be learning from yourself. You feel me? To let you know, like, that is why that's happened in my life, whatever the case is. But again, you're supposed to come to alignment, to rise. Okay. So I feel like you're supposed to run into a version of you so that you can learn. That's a part of your judgment. You don't want to trust nobody else telling you what it is but you, right? And again, they say your doppelganger, they usually kill you, whatever the case is, off the movies, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or some people get weak or whatever the case is. But again, that's tapping into y'all's connection. You and your higher self and your younger self's connection. And again, your body is becoming realigned. And again, you'll become aware, like you'll feel it like, nigga, something's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like your senses, something's going to tap into. And then again, if you see a motherfucker that look like you, what you gonna, I'm be geeked. I'm like, oh, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You feel me? And learn something. You hear me? And again, this is all about your mentality. If you are in a fucked up place to where you can't get your head together, you know what I mean? Your doppelganger gonna show you that. You know what I'm saying? Gonna show you need to get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? If you got fear, again, that's a problem. Just like how a dog can smell fear, your doppelganger, your other version of you, is going to smell that too. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty much, your other version of you, your doppelganger, whatever you want to call it, is here to test you, to give you your judgment, to let you know of what is going on. And again, fear doesn't stay over here. And fear is definitely a huge problem with our melanin. Okay, so again, have to have an understanding that we have many versions of self. Okay, so on Wendy and Wyndham, hers was an actual beast that was locked up in another dimension. So if you see yours here in the physical, why are you going to be scared? You know what I'm saying? So having an understanding of your mentality, your mental, you know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to learn, receive, be observant, and be like, man, I need to get my shit together. Or, man, we doing it. You know what I'm saying? Now we're together, teamwork, make the dream work. And again, you're becoming whole. You know what I mean? You're not being, confused, being a part over here, part over there, whatever the case is. We're talking about alignment. You feel me? Realignment. So if you have another version of you, just imagine if it was two of y'all motherfuckers. You hear me? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever the case is, because within the legends, they said it was 7. And again, that goes within our chakras. You feel me? And then again, that goes within the days of the week. You hear me? So again, be like, nigga, we create another version of ourselves every day. Just like with the truth of our blood cells, you feel me, rejuvenate every second. So at least within, I think they said was the 90 days, we have a whole new body without even knowing it. You hear me? So our body creates that. So again, energy multiplies, never dies. So if you were this yesterday, trust that energy is still going on, but you done woke up on a whole another version of you. And then again, this one must go on too. So that's 7 versions, right? So again, it's lifetimes, dimensions, cycles that have been repeated. You know what I'm saying? So it's many versions of you. It's many battles that you've had to do. Many lessons that you've had to learn. You feel me? So at that point in time, you had to shed something, right? So either way, coming back to realignment, okay, you are shedding of that ego, not of you, okay? The ego, the illusion, the problem that was within that bullshit. Trust, it doesn't go with you into another dimension. So you have to have an understanding. That is what you're shedding. You're not shedding you, because you are going to another dimension. Your soul, mind, body, soul, that you're going to another dimension. But that situation is not. That situation is done. It's dead. Over. Collapsed. But you keep going. You know what I'm saying? So you have to come to realignment. You have to come to alignment so that you can rise on a whole nother level. So let's be for real. If you do see yourself, do not run. You feel what I'm saying? Don't think all those negative, not negative because negative and positive. So don't think those thoughts that other mofos told you, because that is what is going to happen, right? Because our thoughts create our reality, correct? So everything that's going on, all within the meantime, just like from Moses when he was on the motherfucking boat. Wasn't when he was on a boat, he was in the water and then he looked away and the next, he started sinking. So either way, you want to pay attention to all your thoughts when you are going through this motion, okay? So when you're going through this motion and you're affirming down, you feel me, you're in fear and shit like that, then that's what's going to happen. Then, you feel me, whatever you think like, oh, my doppelganger is going to kill me, whatever the case is, okay, then that's what's going to happen because you're activating all of those thoughts into yourself. You feel me? So again, your thoughts create your reality. So it's all based on your mentality. So again, if you see someone that is like that, look like you, whatever the case is, maybe you just want to go and learn. You know what I'm saying? So don't put judgment on it. Don't put too much thoughts on it. Like, oh my gosh, they said this, they said da-da-da. No, that's where everything starts fucking up. Sorry, I know how to get my uploads. Sorry, you know how I get my uploads. So you want to be aligned. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's your time to rise and we have to all, again, I can say it again, have to be aligned. Your higher, inner, and younger self, all versions of self. So again, metaphorically speaking is what we always speak on, right? So it's many versions of us. So you cannot be scared because nigga, that's you. You hear me? Having an understanding of things. So again, you don't fear no other motherfucker here. You know what I'm saying? So why would you fear, you feel me, a motherfucker that look like you? Obviously, This is meant to be. You hear me? Obviously, we are here to learn from each other, not fight each other. You know what I'm saying? We have enemies outside of us to do that with, not each other. You hear me? You're never supposed to fight yourself. Okay? Never supposed to fight yourself. Younger, inner, or higher self. Outside, you never, ever neglect thyself. Okay? Never neglect thyself, because we're supposed to realign all versions of self. Okay? So again, seeing as other dimensions, whatever the case is, everything is coming to alignment. So you got to have an understanding. Okay? Don't fall into the illusion. Because again, since our thoughts create our reality, within that meantime, you're going to be want to fuck up the whole process, because you're receiving all these thoughts. And trust, the one that you are rising to, your doppelganger, whatever, your twin, they're feeling it too. So all them thoughts, just like a dog, is going to react off of you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all right, motherfucker, since you a bitch, let me go ahead and test that ass. You feel me? Like, nigga, we supposed to be way higher than this. Just like in your dreams, when motherfuckers running from demons and stuff, nigga, that's you. You hear me? That is you. That's all your fears, your ego, all that shit. You hear me? You got to shed out that bullshit. You feel me? Cleanse yourself so that you can go ahead and learn some shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a process, because you got to, there's levels to this. You feel me? So it's like, okay, nigga, since you here, obviously these thoughts and everything, that's all your fear. That's you. So you running from yourself. Sit your ass down, release, cleanse, heal. No fear stays over here, right? So you'll be able to learn, receive. You feel me? And actually learn something, have an understanding like this has been you this whole time that you've been running from. So you just need to sit down and learn something. Because again, that's why we always say never tame your beast. Never tame your monstrous energy. Never tame any part of you. Any part of thee. You hear me? So, especially if you've been through hella trauma when you were younger. Your younger self is a fucking beast. Okay? Nothing nice is coming out of there. You hear me? So either way, you need to hug and heal yourself. And accept yourself that you are that beast. You had to go through a lot of battles. You know what I'm saying? So never tame it, okay? So that's taking away your energy, taking away your charge, taking away your power, and a part of your heart chakra. Because all that anger, aggression, all of that is for a reason. You feel me? You had to respond. Again, you become that weapon. So why would you leave to the side or push to the side the weapon that is within you? You know, the savage-like beast within you. You feel me? You got to have an understanding. That's why we always create with the negative and positive polarity. You feel me? You can't just be on one side. If you don't get off my thing, whoever you are, see, I'm about to block you right now. Don't worry about it. Lamb, whatever you are. Okay, so we about to block you right now. But no, we'll block you in a little bit, because either way, we want to make sure we are staying in line. Fuck the distraction. You hear me? So, either way, we always create with the frequency of the day so that we can create with the hidden. So I didn't get to start because I definitely wanted to create with my upload. Like, nigga, that is true. You know, a lot of people do say they fear, you know, another version, you feel me, of themselves, or a doppelganger, whatever the case it is. But that fear is built up from ego. You feel me? And again, you don't have those fear or those thoughts that somebody else tell you. But again, it's based on you, right? You create your reality. So you won't have to get them thoughts on a whole nother level. And trust, like we stated, that tether, that connection, that telepathy, that right there is definitely going to be felt by the other person. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you have an understanding, okay, of why your thoughts can fuck up so much shit. Like, nigga, if you do have fear, it will fuck up everything that comes near. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get out of that. And again, if you are aligned, trust your other version of yourself, whatever, everything with you, your bloodline, everything will become aligned also. Okay, so that's where self-full becomes. So either way, you gotta know how powerful you truly are. And don't be out here scared just because another mofo told you to be. Okay, but again, this is based on your mentality. How are you realigning thee? You know what I'm saying? So it's just based on that. But either way, let me go ahead and create with the date. So I definitely wanted to get that out because we say that all the time over here. We are coming to alignment. All dimensions, everything, as you already know, on the 25th, before that, all the planets came to alignment. So we're all coming to alignment. Every dimension. So why would it be built up for you to come to alignment for you to be scared through? No, you're coming to alignment so that you can realize as your first eye starts to rise. Okay, so you're starting to realize what's going on. So you need to realize that you have to be realigned to actually rise. So that was why they put that fear in you, so that you wouldn't connect to, you feel me, your higher inner yourself, to where you will align and become a whole nother, you know, on a whole nother frequency. So powerful that no one else can control you. But if your mind is everywhere, if you're scattered and stuff like that, and you're not aligned, that is where you become a little weak. You become fragile, right? So when we always speak on the pyramid, scripture, and stuff like that, anything that you look at, whenever something comes to alignment, it's in a huge explosion of power, okay, that comes. So you have to have a understanding of that. So when we come aligned with the dimensions, everything, which is what is going on, you got to pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to your symbology, which is what we always speak on. And you seeing a motherfucker that could be your reflection, that could be you, could look like you, that's definitely a symbol. Okay, so it's letting you know what level you are on also. And then it's like, you know, pressure bust pipes of what you gonna do. You feel me? Because again, you got to be out of ego. You can't think that you already know everything. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, you're here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You are going with the flow of spirituality. And again, motherfucker, you see a twin. You know what I mean? Like, that is huge. Like, that's a huge thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not nothing that you just walk by. Nah, nigga, and it's for a reason. So, having an understanding, you know what I'm saying, of why you want to be out of ego and always be able to learn something new. You know what I mean? It's like, nigga, what? You mean, that's something huge. You feel me? So, you're always supposed to learn something new. So, you would definitely be receiving, you know, extreme things like that. You feel me? That will be happening. So, I'll be watching Real Kaya and I think her name is Black Orchid. You know, I always fuck it up. I'm so bad. Excuse me. I would definitely repost a few of hers too. But, you know, it's definitely, because I don't really get on TikTok all like that unless I'm putting up some knowledge. But, you know, it's a lot of stuff that's going on over there. They talk about a lot of stuff. And so, you know, these are stories that we've heard from when we were young and stuff. And then it's like, it took a little pause. You know, we wasn't hearing no more spiritual stuff and like that. And the next thing it started coming back again. So it was kind of like, oh, yeah, you know, this shit really is for real, you feel me? So it's kind of like realigning some things. So you always, you know, wise men change. So seeing that we're on a whole nother level, we are, you know, rising pillars and of course off experience and stuff, right? So it's like you definitely look at things a lot differently, let's say that. A whole lot differently. And you know, over here, you're not going to get nothing normal anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to tell you no bullshit. I'm not about to gossip with you. I'm not about to do none of that. Okay? So I really just come on here when I receive an upload. You feel me? And then off of this is mainly, off of experience. You feel what I'm saying? So either you fuck with it or you don't. You feel what I'm saying? You know, we always talk about shadow work, all this other stuff. So stuff that a lot of mofos don't do. You feel me? They may not feel secure or whatever you want to call it because they scared of certain shit. But trust, you're going to get all of that from over here. You feel me? All that shit that others may be scared to talk about. Okay? So either way, what they say don't do is what we do over here. Okay? So, you know, I don't care if you're interested or not, but the ones that are, that's why I come in here and say something. You feel me? I always do whatever. But other than that, I will be still chilling, you know. But the thing is, this ain't just me. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely got to come out and say something and then have an understanding. And again, this is just my view. You know what I'm saying? My point of view. Y'all already know I deal with the, you know, the shadow side. You feel me? Ancestors, Russian, Orishas, dark matter. You feel me? Mama, so I create on a whole nother level. So it's like certain things you just have to make sure you teach and give. You feel me? But again, like Miss Ma'am stated, you know, as I teach, I learn. So it's like I'm learning all within the process. Just like the other day when we had the, you know, the upload about what the fuck punk ass Trump was trying to do. And it's like, nigga, we've been talking about this a long time ago before we even knew that motherfucker was even going back to run again. You feel me? So it's like, we've always been talking about the Nelson Mandela effect. And it's like, we've always been talking about realignment, always speaking about memory, right? Being in tune. So, of course, I'm going to continue with the flow. And again, we always say we never take you back. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to keep rising, creating with the cosmic powers, you know, ethers, neters, net gods. Okay, the hidden, the unknown. Okay, so that's what we're creating with hidden spirituality. So let me go ahead and continue with the day. So I definitely wanted to start with that real quick so I wouldn't, you feel me, get high and forget. So, well, you know, I get way more memory when I get high anyway. But either way, so today is February 2nd, 2029. Okay, so February being 2 being 2. So, you know, others, they would definitely say definitely a portal because of reflection right there, right? So that's why we were speaking on it today. So 2 and 2, and then 2025 comes to 9. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 9 is 13. 3.14. You feel me? 3 plus 1 is 4. So Pi rising high, we're speaking about high frequency, high wisdom, ancient Akashic records. So these are uploads, okay, that we are receiving. High wisdom, right? this is the hidden unknown because we're accurate. Okay, so when we're accurate, we create with that is above that. You know what I'm saying? We create with that is above this illusion. Okay, so we can know what's going on, so we can know we're replacing. You feel me? Where we are whole. You feel me? So that we can rise. So it's the reason why you have to be accurate and why we create with the day, so that we can create with the hidden and unknown with the frequency of the day, right? So seeing that today is 4, that creates with the heart chakra, the Hebrew web, the arm, leg, arm, head, all connected, correct? And again, that comes to you coming to alignment, right? So, again, if you are coming to alignment with all versions of self, of course, you're going to run into a moment of reflection, okay? A moment of, of judgment. And judgment does not always mean what others may think it means. Judgment can be your anointing. Judgment can be where you are learning a skill or a lesson. You feel me? And again, this is you having an understanding of what you've been doing. You feel me? Have you been stuck in an illusion, or have you been actually rising? Have you been creating with your spirituality? You feel me? So when one is learning, having an upload, tapping into their Akashic, tapping into their ancestors, they can say that that's judgment. Because again, you're not there to say any fucking thing. You're there to learn something. You're having be read. Okay? So you're there to learn, because again, you're tapping into your skills. Because it'd be like, my nigga, you've been talking about cars, fucking money, fucking bullshit. You feel me? That ain't got shit to do with in any dimension. Then, you feel me? You're definitely not going to receive the skill. You're definitely not going to receive, you feel me, more uploads, something spiritual, whatever the case is, that is giving you judgment and making sure that you are being observant of self and be like, oh, motherfucker, still didn't get nowhere. You know what I mean? So, again, being observant of self, paying attention, okay? So, when you're rising, you are always learning and receiving many uploads in every dimension, no matter where you're going, no matter from what symbol, you feel me? You can learn so many things from just that, you feel me? So you're always supposed to learn and never be distracted. So again, that's part of your judgment. So when you're being judged, you're still learning. You know what I'm saying? You're still fucking learning what's going on, okay? And again, once you are learning, you are pretty much having an understanding of a new level. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, like another assignment, you feel me, of what to do, or how to elevate, where to flow, you feel me, naturally, whatever the case is. So either way, with you being whole, there's so many lanes, you know what I'm saying? There's so many journeys. And again, why do you want to keep going on a journey that every other mofo has been on? There's no fun in that. You know what I'm saying? None. Okay. So when you go according to another flow, you from a natural flow, your flow, you know what I mean, that no one else has been on, it's definitely going to give you a whole nother result. That's why we create with the hidden and the unknown, not what other motherfuckers do all the time. Okay, so again, that's why we had to come in and realign on what doppelgangers could be. Because again, especially if you're creating with your spirituality, you're going to run into your higher self. You're going to run into your younger self. You're going to run into many versions of self. And again, this is all about you realigning stuff. Like, oh yeah, nigga, I've been far. You know what I'm saying? Again, you're still supposed to learn. Because again, that is a part of you that was savage. You feel me? That had to do what it had to do. So it created its own journey on through. So again, you want to learn. Again, shut the fuck up and learn and receive some shit. You feel me? So either way, you're out of ego, and we are all coming to realignment. Okay? So coming to realignment brings a different level on in. Okay? So again, today is 4. Pi rising high, 3.14. And again, this is ancient wisdom, sacred wisdom, going within the hidden and unknown, because we always say hidden even, you know what I'm saying? So that's why we created with certain things that you ain't gonna get off fucking news, you know what I'm saying? So definitely created with the hidden and unknown. And again, if you pay attention to certain myths, certain legends, certain movies, obviously it's a movie called Doppelganger, you know what I'm saying? It's having understanding of things. And again, wise man change, right? We're creating a seeker to become the seer. So that means a lot of stuff that comes your way for wisdom of self-elevation. Like, I can be in several places at one time. You feel me? That's self-elevation. That's not just showing you the movie. No, motherfucker, you're supposed to go within and go learn this. Because again, this is all part of this on the scriptures. You feel me? Levels of self. That is what's presented along the pyramids. That is what is presented all the time. People do not have an understanding of this. This is showing levels of self. Self-elevation, pillars of self. You feel me? You're supposed to be here to rise, and it showed you how to create with certain vehicles within self. And again, all about self, period, point blank. So everything that you're watching You feel me? If you can't bring it within you and generate and learn and receive and create on a whole nother level, a whole nother frequency, turn it off. Turn it off, because that's a distraction. Because what are you learning from this? What are you learning from, you feel me, from certain movies? What are you learning from gossip? What are you learning from that? Nothing. You didn't learn a goddamn sense. You didn't learn how to, you feel me, how to elevate. You didn't learn a goddamn thing. You didn't even learn any addition, any multiplication, no nothing from gossip. You didn't learn a goddamn thing. So that wasted your time. And a motherfucker will be within gossip for hours. You feel me? Like, not even for hours, nigga, for days. Like, y'all really still be stuck on one motherfucking conversation forever. And be like, y'all go back on that first page just to go look. Like, that's an illness. That's sick. You know what I mean? So either way, you didn't learn a goddamn thing for that. So obviously you're stuck in this death reality. Okay? So you're just worried about everybody else, whatever the case is, but you're not putting it within thee, which is where all the power truly is. Okay? So you got to go within the rise. You feel me? So if you are creating with your spiritual soul side, you feel me? You know, you have hella versions of self. See, we have the physical, spirit, and the soul. That's 3 already right there. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's like when we're speaking to Goetias, you feel me? Legions within self. You feel me? Definitely, you know, domino effect. Like it's universes within universes within us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they always say this within NASA, within everything that you research. We are extremely powerful. Everything that you see up there, we have that within us. They're like, yeah, like we have within our body like an atomic bomb. Whatever the case is, like we are that powerful. So why would you not want to create and learn with that? You know what I'm saying? And rise it and actually create with it besides being threatened to where those devices get cut on. No, be that all time, week time. You know what I'm saying? All the time. So it's like having an understanding. So you're always receiving a movie, a song, you know, a symbol, something that's supposed to keep you aligned. And it's supposed to be something that rises your frequency on a whole nother level. Okay? So again, if you're watching something that doesn't rise your Akashic, doesn't rise your Kundalini, doesn't tickle your fancy on a whole nother fucking level, and not just to where you could just laugh or whatever, and you feel me? And again, didn't bring nothing to you but that. No. Turn that shit the fuck off. Okay? You gotta have an understanding. Okay? Some people are like, but that's boring, and da-da-da. That's fine. You feel me? Because again, that's boring to you. And again, boring don't even exist in a whole nother fucking dimension. You feel me? So it's like, nigga, you don't even know nothing above this fucking illusion. So once you tap into something of the hidden, the unknown, it's always going to pull you up through on a whole nother level way higher than this fucking physical. You just got to give yourself that time, that trust. You feel me? That patience. Okay? You feel me? That zen, that balance for you to rise and experience that. And again, you would never want to be in no fucking distraction ever again. You would never want to go according to no fucking gossip, no nothing, because that don't give you shit. Okay? So having an understanding on why you want to create with things that actually rise your frequency. Okay? So that's what we create with all the time over here. So again, something that goes within you. So yeah, you can definitely astral project, and again, that will create with, based on your mentality, how you create with your alchemy. You feel me? That creates many versions of you. You feel me? Just like with, what's the motherfucker's name? Flash. You feel me? When you see him going, you know what I'm saying? You see, you feel me? You see all the other levels of him, right? While he is going. You feel me? So, again, it's not just, you feel me? The speed of light, because whatever the case is. So, having understanding, okay? And then just like with certain shape-shifting of animal vehicles, whatever the case is, that's one. You feel me? And again, when you're when you're going from one dimension to the next, when you're going within meditation, just like off of Lucy, that's you creating another version of you. You feel what I'm saying? So either way, having an understanding of why we always create with the light, with realignment, you calling your power back, you feel me? Whatever the case is, so that you can come into balance. You feel me? Then you could be able to create with the hidden and the unknown. But if you out here all scattered around, all fucked up, you feel what I'm saying? You can't really do shit. You feel me? So of course you're gonna be scared of seeing you. You feel me? And it's just like, that is weird to me. But you know, it's based on other people's illusion and other false, you feel me, wisdom that was given to them. You feel what I'm saying? So of course that fear just built on up. But again, you know, off experience, and then again, having an understanding. It's all based on your mentality. Okay? So if you feel fear, oh, you're a doppelganger, that other half, that other version, you're going to feel it too. Either that motherfucker gonna test you, or that motherfucker, you feel me, gonna test you and gut punch your ass out of it. You feel me? Whatever the case is. Or, you feel me, you'll be able to learn something. So either way, that other version of you is going to feel that fear within you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want it to be where you may have missed a lesson that you were supposed to learn. And again, when there is one of you, you're already powerful. But nigga, if it brings to two of you, wow. Because obviously that mofo got other powers that you may not have. You know what I'm saying? And you got powers that he or she may not have. Teamwork make the dream work, right? And then it's just like, when you are coming into alignment, this is how powerful our telepathy becomes. You feel me? All versions of you are having these thoughts, you feel me, that you are having, especially when you come to protecting your mentality, you feel me, your mind, body, and soul. That's why we create with, rising your aura. So that tether, that connection with your higher and younger self is going to become strong and whole. You feel me? That's why we say sealed and spiraled. So that alignment ain't gonna cause no confusion. So your inner and younger self, your higher, inner and younger self, all versions of you, 7, the other ones, all of you are going to come to alignment where you won't have to worry about no confusion. Because you all have already had these thought processes, these conversations. You all came here because y'all had that communication, that Cuban link for us to meet. You know what I'm saying? So that's having an understanding of why we speak to us realigning, okay? To rising, having an understanding, okay? So when you come to that point, you all are already realigned, okay? So you are realigning, so no part of you is confused, okay? But again, it's based on your mentality, okay? But you need to have an understanding, especially with what's going on now. The planets and everything is coming to alignment, and so are you. So all of your thoughts, whatever the case is, don't have no fear. Never affirm down, whatever the case is. Because if you do talk shit about you, about yourself, a version of you somewhere has felt it. So going to come back pissed. So that's probably why they say doppelgangers, whatever, kill themselves, whatever the case is. But again, you always want to affirm up. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you are aligned. So that is what we are making sure of. So that's why we speak on a higher, inner, and younger self. And then we create with the hidden even, which is going to be the dark matter, the hidden, the unknown. So we definitely did that. And we already created with the frequency of the day to be accurate, which is February 2nd, 2025, which comes to 4. And then you see the 3.14 within the breakup of the day. But again, you got to bring the pen to the paper to the pen, and create the script, walk across it, okay? To make it make sense. Because I could tell you but so much. But if you ain't creating with this, ain't writing this shit down, whatever the case is, that's on you. You feel me? If you catch up, that's cool. But if not, it may go over a lot of mofos, thought process, whatever the case is. Because a lot of people don't believe in certain shit. But again, wise men change. Mama ain't raised no fool. Daddy ain't raised no bitch. Okay, so a lot of stuff you may not want to be naive to. Yeah, man. A lot of stuff you may not want to be, nah, da, da, da. Okay. All right, nigga. But it's a reason why you're receiving this, too. You feel me? So, like we say all the time, you don't want it to come and gut punch you. Okay? To where it's too goddamn late. Just like how they speak about mermaids and stuff like that. Some things you just want to be aligned with and have an understanding. Because a lot of people probably won't believe it till they go missing. You feel me? So it's just like, oh, a little too late for you to believe in shit now. You hear me? So that's why we speak about the hidden and the unknown. You know what I'm saying? That's why we speak about that may make a motherfucker be like, what? You feel me? So it's like, whatever's going to get that kundalini rising, you feel me? Whatever's going to get that spark in there. And again, this is all self-elevation. Okay? All self-elevation. So, I have a mini lecture, right? So this one just popped up though. And this was from JJ's Bobby Hemmett, the Melanin Mystique. So you already know Bobby Hemmett, he is that one that's going to put you on a whole nother level when you have an understanding of things, right? So when you're able to learn and receive and not act like you know every goddamn thing, right? So this is where it goes into the hidden and unknown, where it goes into, certain myths, certain stories, whatever the case is that others may not believe. But this is real. And it'd be like, nigga, it's obvious. Because it's like you can actually receive actual spirituality connected to it. Or you can actually receive wisdom, actual scriptures, actual writings, whatever the case is, about all of this. So it'd be like, you can't keep saying something may not exist, because based on how you feel. That don't care about how you feel. Because it's here. It's real. You know what I'm saying? So it would just be like, your thoughts, your beliefs don't get me in a goddamn thing. You feel me? Because this is what's really going on. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, just because you don't believe it, don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't believe it does not mean shit. It's still going to exist. You feel me? Like, a lot of people, you know, like, nigga, I can't believe you survived this. But that's cool because, motherfucker, I'm here. You know what I mean? So it'll be like, it just hit a little different. So, like, people's beliefs and shit like that don't mean shit. So that's why it's more about the I know. You feel me? Because it's like, it's way more easier to say, yeah, that actually does exist. You feel what I'm saying? Than saying no. Because the motherfucker just like, because it's just because I know. And then be like, the motherfucker that do know it do exist, got facts, got everything. But you're just over here being naive because you stuck in the, you know, one like mindset, whatever you want to call it, which is a problem, which means you're blocked. You know what I'm saying? Which means you're not even able to rise on the spiritual side. You feel me? You're not even able to sense any of that. So you're just blocked. You're just in an illusion. So you just think you're just here for a 9 to 5. And it just be like, that's depressing. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you're the one that's limiting yourself. Okay? So either way, we don't do that over here. We do the hidden and unknown. Okay? And the thing is, a lot of people would be up all night. A lot of people would be going through, you know, these thought processes of confusion because they don't believe in a lot of things. But when you kind of just look like, you know, just let it be and just not let it be, but kind of be open to, you know, okay, that could be that. And then it's going to start giving you more answers. Because again, you're not blocked. You feel me? To where you're not open to receiving your who, what, where, when, how, all of that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you're not being closed off so that you can learn. You feel what I'm saying? Be like, okay, I ain't gonna let this shit fuck with me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not scared of it, no nothing, but you feel me? I can learn from it. You feel me? Because you're having an understanding, you're having acknowledgement, you're having enlightenment. Because again, you didn't have this wisdom a few seconds ago. And again, this is something that you are learning. Okay, so again, that is wisdom. So having an understanding of how spirituality, powers, different dimensions, you know, certain kingdoms, energies, and stuff like that, frequency definitely exists. And you don't want to be left in the fucking illusion of the 3D. So that's why I come on here to say certain things. So having understanding, that's why we always speak on your protection. Okay, so when you do create with that type of energy, you're not naive. You know what I'm saying? You're not out here just to where you're giving your energy to that shit. Not to that shit, but you're giving your energy like to where you're worshiping something. No, you're learning with this energy because again, it's more than likely a part of you. So that's why you're learning and receiving this. Okay, so that's where it makes it a difference. So it's about you. Okay, so self-elevation is the whole purpose. Period, point blank. So if anybody comes to you and try to take your power, your energy, drain you, whatever the case is, cord cut that motherfucker. And again, it's a reason why they came to you. Either you're very powerful and they need your light, or either you're very fucking weak and they feel like they could just go ahead and do what you got to do. You'll be a nice little feasting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, is there really nothing in between? It's really just either or. But either way, you want to go ahead and bring balance to the scales. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, motherfucker, I see you. So it's like a lot of moments, that's really all you need to say to a motherfucker, you know, that's probably draining your energy, whatever the case is. Just let them know that you sense them and you know what's going on, what they're trying to do. Just like the guy that did it to that white magnet fuck who was trying to touch on him and take his energy or whatever the case is. Once you bring sight to it and you actually let that motherfucker know, you feel me, that other type of side of you is going to come out. You feel what I'm saying? That true beach-like energy. You feel me? Because again, this is your protection. Okay? Especially when you're creating with that spirituality. You feel me? So definitely have to make sure you're protected on a whole nother level. That's why we speak on spiritual baths. That's why we speak on certain affirmations, certain meditations. You feel what I'm saying? All types of things that actually rise your protection. Okay? So again, not tapping into, but always being in tune with paying homage and respect to your ancestors, Rashas and Orishas, nature, animal kingdom, the ones that are beyond you. You feel me? So that you can be protected in every realm. And again, this comes to your realignment. So again, you won't be no fool. So a lot of battles that do be going on, you may need to be in front of to bring sight to to have a understanding of what the fuck is going on. Okay, so, you know, being aware. And then again, your response to the reason is the reason that you exist. You didn't just let that shit just happen. No, you handled it. You know what I'm saying? So, having an understanding of things. So, we're going to go ahead and create with wisdom from Bobby Hemmett. And, you know, chill, catch your vibe. Because I really wasn't trying to come on here for real. Not gonna lie to you. You feel me? This is for So this is Pi Rising High, where you're supposed to be receiving wisdom and skill. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was sitting here, vibing and stuff like that. So when I receive my divination, my uploads, stuff like that, I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and say something real quick. Because again, that can stop your rising. That can stop your elevation. That can stop you. That's where you pretty much will fuck up on a test. Like, motherfucker, you're not supposed to fight yourself. You're not. That's a huge test. That's why you see a lot of those pictures going around on the internet and stuff like that, where you are hugging, where people are hugging their younger selves, right? You're not supposed to be in battle with yourself, period, point blank, nowhere. So when they started saying that again about doppelgangers and stuff like that, definitely want to bring alignment. Don't let these movies put fear in you. Don't let these movies stop your elevation. You hear me? And then again, it's all for a reason, but that's why you got to build your protection, okay? So the difference between a mofo that's actually aligned with you, you know what I'm saying, and a mofo that could be just another motherfucker. Don't even fucking, you feel me? You'll know. But again, you got to be observant of you for you to have that understanding of things, right? So seeing that we're coming to realignment, you are definitely coming to sights of you. You feel what I'm saying? Your higher inner younger self is coming to alignment. All dimensions are coming to alignment, okay? So again, don't leave any versions of yourself behind. You shed of the ego. It is a huge difference. Okay? Shed of the ego. Okay? Not you. You shed of the ego. Okay? But you gotta rise up through. Like, period, point blank. Okay? So that's the whole point of Wendy and Wendell. Okay? You gotta have an understanding. I know it was a cartoon, whatever the case is, but man, they was dropping jewels, because a lot of that is off of people's true experience, off of true events that's going on around this world. So having an understanding, okay? And it's such thing as your higher inner younger self, many versions of self in other dimensions. Having understanding, because again, rising, the seeker to become a seer. You've done this research, or this research has come across. You feel me? NASA, whatever the case is, a lot of stuff. You feel me? Whatever you want to call it. A lot of this stuff has come your way. Either you ignored it or you actually did some research, but that's based on you, once again. So I'm going to see we're going to see what this snippet is speaking about, because it's 35 minutes, but how it starts depends. Then we're going to go back to the other one that I was thinking about doing. So we're going to see.
Well, what it is you come from a culture that was actually manned and driven and operated by melanin in all aspects. So it's easy for you to be acclimated from a culture to the point that you could respond spiritually to spiritual things that's actually going on. You see what I'm saying? Now, and so the melanin can do to that. So then you have some that don't have that degree of melanin, just enough to survive on the planet, but don't have that degree of melanin. They have a calcified pineal gland. So therefore, they're not going to be able to be receptive to those spiritual environments. And then the other part about that is Europe is a thawed-out icebox. So a harsh climate and stuff like that is going to bring about a temperament that's not going to be receptive to several things that you would find in the spiritual environment of a tropical climate. So therefore, that's a factor that you have to put up in there also.
That's why a lot of the doppelgangers, a lot of stories about voodoo, zombies, and stuff like that, all from Haiti. And again, Haiti, the Caribbean, the islands, everything that we don't experience here. So having an understanding, not being blocked in. And again, Haiti was cut off because they won the war. So of course they isolated them, but they are the most powerful. And they were the ones that were able to beat them motherfuckers. And again, a lot of people from that war said they weren't fighting normal things. Okay? So have an understanding. And again, why we tap into the hidden and unknown with the spirituality, so we won't be no fools. But yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But most definitely, it has something to do with the actual melanin and your ability to tune in. You see what I'm saying? In the environment around you.
Yeah, when we were down there by the pyramid, I was seeing that the girls get out for the walk. We're walking around and interacting, with, amongst themselves, and then, looks like with, I don't know if it would be like the higher selves or some of the people that was a part of my group, but it was a pretty deep experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
melanin stain in the brain. Out here, he put out your melanin stain in the brain, and it doesn't get absorbed. Something about that. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, that's what I knew I heard it from somebody before it was actually him. That I heard it from. You know what I'm saying? That I heard it from and all. So that was his research. He was telling me. I knew I heard this thing before.
Well,
About the melanin.
call in.
Huh?
I was just telling Panic to call in so he could elaborate on this too or ask a question.
Yeah.
Here posting it.
Yeah, because he did the research on that and he told me about it too. But it you know, about that particular part of the stuff not being absorbed in the brain, that portion of melanin and all. And all, yeah. And I need to know about the pros and the cons, but yeah, if you can call in or what have you, we can, you know, that particular aspect, we can, you know, yeah. As a matter of fact, he is the person that actually, it is his website that I'm actually, my mind space is on. Because I don't have a computer, so, you know, I don't have a computer.
Oh, well, he did on here just, you know, putting all your, making sure you put your information on here so everybody knows how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, he's doing that too. Good.
It's been a big help,
Mm-hmm.
you know, on that level and everybody.
Yeah, we started about 2-3 months ago, and he was the one that actually instrumental in launching it. Yes.
Okay. Well, I already asked him to call in, but if he doesn't, that's all right. All right, well, we got 36 minutes left, so we definitely have done good with covering a lot of ground here. And
showing how powerful the melanin is and how you never limit it, okay? Because that will cause blockages. But again, you have to bring sight to being open with thyself. So that means thyself will give you what? The first eye that looks beyond the third dimension. So that illusion don't fucking exist. So you're looking beyond the third dimension on a whole nother level. So you're sensing other things. So you are learning hella things. You feel me? The hidden and unknown. An overstanding. But again, that is based on you. If you limit yourself to, oh, but we believe this, we believe that, what was learned here on this illusion, then your higher self and your younger self ain't even gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? You're not even gonna be able to, like Bobby Hemmett just said, you're not even gonna be able to rise to that level, to that dimension. You feel me? To that frequency. That's why we speak about frequency and vibration. Okay? But again, if you limit yourself to other motherfuckers' beliefs, you feel me? That was what was told to you, then you won't be able to rise to other levels. But again, with us creating with the hidden and the unknown, that unleashes that energy, that elixir, you feel me, which is serotonin, and creates with our creative side, right, and taps into our melanin. It's just like that carbon. You know what I'm saying? And then it becomes power. You know what I'm saying? You become that high frequency. You become to be a pawn on a whole nother level. And again, that is where you have an understanding of why they try to limit you. Okay, why they try to limit your thoughts, why they try to limit a lot of shit. But again, if you don't have fear, you feel me? You should be open. You should be open to learn everything. You know what I'm saying? You should be open to learn and receive. And if just as long as a motherfucker don't try to take your energy, that's where it just deads it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, okay, now you're tripping. Okay, so either way, you're supposed to learn something all day. Never worship no one or nothing. Okay, always supposed to learn something. But again, wise men change. So you've been, you feel me? You came here off experience. You feel what I'm saying? So you ain't about to go through a few battles and shit like that and then come back out as a bitch. No, because you went through a lot of shit. You feel what I'm saying? You are now the wounded healer or whatever you want to call it. That shit. Now you are on a whole nother level. Okay? Just as much as you heal, you kill. You feel what I'm saying? So you're receiving this wisdom so that you'll be able to know the difference between bullshit and some real stuff. You feel me? So having an understanding, because a lot of people don't believe in a lot of things because of fear. Okay? So that's what will stop your elevation. That's what will stop your learning process, your journey. Because certain pillars come your way for you to learn for a reason. But if you just push it away, then you're just going to stay on that level that you've been on forever, which is a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because you receive certain wisdom, certain knowledge for a reason, for you to accept a challenge or for you to accept another level of yourself, for you to learn something new about self. Okay? Yeah, about your bloodline, about your generations, anything. You feel me? Like a lot of people, we used to go to our grandmas. Well, a lot of people's grandmas now is like young as fuck. But anyway, We used to back in the day be able to go to our grandmas, go to our nanas, go to our grandpas, uncle, cousin, aunts, you feel me, actually get some real good stories. And next thing you know, them stories be true. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really be like, oh my gosh, what? And next thing you know, it'll be true. So it'll be like, man, you know what I mean? Like, really? You feel like this is within us, within our family? Like, oh, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it should make you have an epiphany, you feel me, feel way more better about self. Like, it rises you on a whole nother frequency, you feel me, a whole nother level. You feel me? So like, wise man change, nigga. Hear me? You ain't normal. You ain't that illusion. You ain't that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You are on a whole nother level. That's what we said. We are going to make them call us gods, but even though we are way more higher than that, them motherfuckers is calling us on a whole nother level. They fear us. They run from us. Wherever the case is, they supposed to. But either way, them motherfuckers gonna put respect on it. Okay? So, with us standing 10 toes down, and again, we are way more powerful than gods and goddesses. Okay? That's why we speak on hidden unknown, netters, net gods. And when you look into Medunetta, what? Okay, a part of how to create with geometry, how to create with numerology, how to create with frequency, and metaphorically speaking, tap into alchemy, tap into, again, hidden and unknown. But again, this is all you going within you, because we have all of those symbols within us. You know what I mean? So, having an understanding, okay, especially for, you feel me, my thugs, my bloods and crips and stuff like that, pay attention to the symbols that you are throwing up. You feel what I'm saying? No symbols is out there to elevate you. You feel what I'm saying? Elevate you, not just to brag to another motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? No. That's for you, baby. You hear me? Create with that energy. You feel me? Rise with that. You feel me? Tap into your memory. Tap into your magic. Okay? You hear me? Just having an understanding of things. You feel me? Of why that symbology actually means something. Okay? So, and why that footwork means something. You hear me? You're bringing in that emotion. You feel me? Bringing that energy, that power. And again, that dark matter. You feel me? You're rising it on up. And again, creating with that death realm. You hear me? The hidden and unknown. And you're rising it on up. And again, creating with that frequency, because your body can create with it. Your vessel. Because again, you're bringing it from your vessel. So, everything has a reason. Everything creates with energy. So, having understanding, okay? That's why they have those videos where they're showing the comparison of the tribes, the soul tribes from back in the day. So, we have now the gangs. You feel me? The thugs. We fucks with the thugs. True, high, universal gods, okay? So, it's kind of like, you know, being reincarnated. You know what I'm saying? The warriors being reincarnated. You know what I'm saying? So, showing a difference to why, you feel me, now that's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Because Bloods and Crips definitely were, definitely started on the foundation of protecting the hoods. You feel what I'm saying? So, having an understanding of why that symbology came through. And again, when you look at certain symbology within certain frats and fraternities, you feel me? I'm sorry, fraternities and sororities, they're pretty much the same thing. And again, you can't break through their connection. You can't break through no gangs connection either. So having an understanding of where that loyalty comes from. But again, it's all for a reason. Okay? It's not for us to fight each other. No. We all have the same fucking enemy. You know what I mean? The one that's trying to put us against each other. No. Have an understanding. Okay? So, seeing that it is our time, time to rise. You feel me? We don't fight each other. You know what I'm saying? No. Melanin against melanin. No, motherfucker. And that's you against you. No. Okay? We're supposed to be creating within, rising. Teamwork make the dream work. Just like all your chakras within me, all the planets within, you feel me? That's going on. Everything is coming to alignment for us to rise. Okay? So, that's why it's so severe. That's why it's so severe for us to rise. Like, for real. Everything is coming to alignment, nigga. We are too. We need to. ASAP. Right now. Yesterday. Last year. You feel me? Decades ago. Okay? So, we motherfuckers is late. So, it's like having an understanding, creating with the hidden and unknown, because we're supposed to. Okay? So, I definitely tried, not tried, but I definitely came on here thinking I was not going to come on here. So, certain things just happen for a reason, because you got to talk your shit. You feel me? So, we're going to go ahead and continue, because I did not, you feel me? Wait a minute. Hold on. Y'all know this my song. I did not charge my phone for that long, so I am going to smoke a bleezy with y'all. I'm going to chill, catch a vibe. You feel me? And then I'm going to get off and continue my generating and stuff like that. But, I just want to make sure that no one is stopping anybody's elevation. You know what I mean? Okay? Because that is abuse of power. So anything that, you feel me, any false bullshit, you feel me, just like how we create with symbology. You feel what I'm saying? We create with symbology to have an overstanding so that when a motherfucker do this to you, just like we was talking with Bloods and Crips, you know, if a motherfucking celebrity did whatever the case is, you're not going to be sucked in with fear. No. You'll have an overstanding like, nigga, they do this. 7-Eleven, self-elevation. So, time for you to go within and stop being distracted and looking at that motherfucking television. Lie. Okay? Vision. Okay? So, don't be distracted. So, either way, we create with the overstanding of things. Okay? So, wise men change. Correct. Y'all really don't know how severe this is. Like, real shit. Like, that's what forced me to get on here. So, it's like, anytime anyone has any fears, questions, doubts, you feel me? Whatever, hit my line. You know what I'm saying? And then again, I'm always going to be on here to make sure we cord cut that bullshit anyway. Correct. So that is what we're doing. We're breaking generational curses, and a lot of that fear, a lot of the beliefs that was going on around here definitely stopped a lot of people's power, a lot of rising. So seeing that we're in a time of I know, right? What I know. Okay, so again, we have an understanding of the symbology. And again, this is all within the pyramids, the scripture. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is no. I know. Okay, so that's the time that we're in. So that's why we speak on this. That's why we speak on this. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You gotta have an understanding. Again, we started with what? We started with the G-O-D. That's exactly what we started with, ain't it? We started with the G-O-D. So that you can have an understanding of the symbology so that no fear can be around you, okay? So that's why we have an overstanding. Again, you have to make the symbology make sense. Motherfuckers just be throwing up shit and not knowing what it means. You feel me? To put fear in other people. So what they be saying, that someone does not never what? That he does not understand, that motherfucker tries to, I'm gonna flip it. That they don't understand, they try to control, okay? Or they fear. Whatever the case is, y'all know we had the whole saying earlier, but either way, that they don't understand, they fear, whatever the case is, but either way, we always get an overstanding over here, okay? So, you already know with the symbology and stuff, we're going to go in, because you're tapping into your divination, your hidden unknown. So, you're going to get your who, what, where, when, how, why, all of that, just like Dr. Delbert stated. So, again, if you are fearful of the spiritual side, if you're fearful of your dreams, if you're fearful of your uploads, fearful of the symbology that you're going to get, you're going to be a fool. You're going to miss all your acknowledgement. You're going to miss everything that you need to know, okay? So that's how a lot of people may run into death. You feel me? That's like we spoke on earlier, may run into judgment, because it's like you're ignoring all the signs, okay? Just because you don't believe it. But it's like, it's here for a reason. It's right here. But you're ignoring, like, yeah, no, I don't, but it's right there. And it's just like, fuck your I don't believe, because it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And again, this could be your sign, and then you're ignoring it because you don't believe. But that's because it's a lot of fear. You feel me? But again, that's why you feel me, bird box bitches over here all day, every day. Okay? And again, this brings in your self-elevation. It takes away the ego. It takes away that veil. It takes away the illusion. And then again, when you rise above in frequency, you rise above illness, illusion, all within that bullshit of the ego. So either way, that is what is being shedded so that we can go ahead and rise. So no more belief. We are in a time of I know. So that's why we create with being present, being accurate, knowing what's going on, so that we can create with the hidden unknown, so that we can receive our messages that we're supposed to be receiving. So it's all for a reason, okay? Y'all know I can talk on knowledge all day, every day. But yeah, if anything comes in that seems like it's stopping one's elevation, it's probably bringing fear to a lot of people, I'm gonna talk my shit on it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna talk my shit on it because I want to make sure nothing is stopping one's elevation when that's a part of one's pillar, okay? Part of one's rising. So if you have to go off of what another motherfucker told you that brought fear to you, demolish it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they don't give you a result, they don't give you a resolution, a solution. You feel me? Something to help you get above that, right? It's a whole different thing. So just like Bobby Hemming stated, just like I think it was Isaiah, where he said, brother, don't listen to how I say it. Listen to what I said. You hear me? So if I say fuck, who gives a fuck? That don't matter. The whole message, you hear me? Been talking for a whole goddamn hour. Had a point behind it. You hear me? So don't let the illusion or beliefs block you from your signs, from your wisdom that you need to learn. Okay? So either way, it's all about self-elevation. Self-elevation is key on why we are here. So let me go ahead and play my music. So we're going to catch a vibe, have an understanding of things, be able to generate, order, and destroy. And again, you always want to make sense of things, okay? But again, it's all based on your mentality, all based on your alignment. If you've been doing fucked up shit that don't make sense, trust, your other versions of yourself is going to probably come in, you feel me? Realign some shit, probably demolish you within the process, whatever the case is. But if you are not creating with self-elevation, then trust, you all will not be aligned. You feel what I'm saying? But again, we have to be aligned to rise. So that's the whole purpose. So that's why I wanted to come on here and to speak on that. So again, it's all about you. It's all about your mentality. Okay? So, and trust, if y'all have any questions or against anything that I said, say something, please. Because I'm willing to learn, and we are always going to generate some shit. You feel me? I'm not the type to be like, oh, yeah, you're right. No. We're going to talk about this. We're going to figure this shit out. You hear me? But again, if it's anything that's based on a distraction, don't call me on shit. You know what I'm saying? But if it's based on rising, and we're actually communicating on something that will actually rise us both, you feel me? Then I'm open to it. You feel what I'm saying? But, you feel me? I got my upload, so it's like, nigga, no. We got to make this shit make sense. You know what I mean? Especially if this is a part of your alignment, okay? You can't be scattered everywhere. You can't be, and you know what I mean, doing all that shit. No. All versions of yourself have to be in line. I don't care if it is 7. And again, that comes to 7 chakras, right? So we have to come to alignment for us to rise, right? So when this is coming to alignment also, balance, elevation, and your kundalini starts to rise, obviously within your inner and younger self, you have alignment also. Within your higher self, you have alignment also. So that means you all are supposed to be on the same frequency, flowing accordingly, okay? So you don't want it to be where it is fear that is pushing you out of here. No. Obviously, it must mean you got to pass the baton or something. You got to go learn something, wherever the case is. But again, it's based on your mentality. Okay? Just like how other people, that's why other people are actually, talking and recording, actually having a good time with their doppelganger, with their twin, because they're actually vibing and there's no fear within them. You know what I'm saying? So having an understanding, and again, you want to create with that moment, on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it to be a waste of time. No. I mean, make it seem like just like off of 2 could play at that game, y'all done disappeared to a whole nother dimension. You feel me? While everything else is going on, whatever, but y'all are on a whole nother dimension to where y'all are able to, you feel me, know what's going on, know the assignment, know the challenge, know the lesson, whatever the case is that you all are supposed to learn, because you all are here for a reason. Okay? And that's powerful in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we didn't bring y'all together for you to run. Like, what are you doing? We didn't bring y'all together for you to run. Okay? Not at all. This is based on you. You gotta free out yourself. Y'all are here for a reason, goddammit. Okay? So, yeah, let me go ahead and play the song. Hold on. Y'all know it's my song, because this really gets you in the vibe for real, so. I started off with it yesterday, but I think I said, like, nigga, I didn't know they had the video.
Tell me say one thing, don't see, can't understand. One thing, don't see, can't understand. One make them a talk for me, ambition. So I make them a talk for me, ambition. Come and say some of them a ask me where me get it from. So some of them a ask me where me get it from. I told them no, it's from creation. I told them no, it's from creation. Bam, bam, hey, what a bam, 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 bam. sound like this. You come in at the place of me, so well, sleep. Bam, bam, hey. Tawata, bam, 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 bilang. Bam, 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 bilang. Bam, bam, hey. Tawata, bam, bam, hey. Tawata, bam, bam. That's how one them a see you and you a shut them down. And to them know me you a business woman. Sister not say she a 1 in a 3 million. Sister not say she a 1 in a 3 million. So bam bam, say one time bam bam, bam bam bilang, bam bam, bam bam bilang, bam bam. Say go sister not say make you go. I tell yourself you go sister not say make you go. I'm going from the head straight down to my toe. I teach her toe, sister Nancy on the go. And some of them are up, so sister Nancy make your back so. Long down the list, sister Nancy make your back so. He bam bam, who up town bam bam. He bam bam below, bam bam. He bam bam below, bam bam. Who up town bam bam. Hey, tell me say what town bam bam. This woman. I never trouble no one. I'm a lady, I'm not a man. MC is my ambition. I come clean, rise up, Jamaican. So bam bam, say what bam bam bam, bam bam below, bam bam, bam bam below, bam bam. Hey, tell me say one thing, don't see if you understand. One thing, don't see.
What? I still get excited about it. Like, that is my content. Okay.
Sheba.
So we're going to do the cards and then I'm going to go ahead and roll. Because we're going to do cards and then we're going to go ahead and roll. Because I definitely was not putting on coming on here. It was just like, get on. The answer said, get on. Get on. I said, yeah. So it must be a lot of us that are, our melanated ones that are struggling with that because of what others may have said. So definitely don't want to be stuck in another motherfucker's sphere. Just like Lisa Ray stated in the Players Club Diamond. She dropped a jewel. And she said, yeah, nigga, never go according to nobody else's notes. Only trust your own. Correct? So she was listening holistically. And again, she was in her sleeping state, right? She was in her alpha state. So she was learning receiving on a whole nother level. Okay? That's why she played that motherfucker as a fool. You hear me? So having an understanding. Never go off of anybody else's notes but your own. Ashe? And again, it's based off your experience. You got to go within and create. You have to go within and create with this. You hear me? Hey, hey. So let me play the song. Hang on.
Wait, down and tell the people. All the music is coming your way.
No, no, no. You don't love me, and I know. Nothing. Pause. Okay. Also, since we are speaking about that, okay. Love spells and everything like that, you already know not to come at me and ask me to do that. Okay. Because I definitely will give you all the whole rundown when you try to take someone else's willpower, like we always speak on, that's abusive power. So that mofo has all of the right, you feel me, to come back once he or she realizes what is going on. And a lot of people's situations have ended in death, as we all know. Okay, so certain things you just gotta make it make sense, because it'd be like, just because you feel like this, just because you want to be in love, doesn't mean the other person wants to be like that. So it's like when you put that person under a spell, a bondage, it puts their mind like on pause, and in the whole process they're under possession. So their figuring this out while they're watching themselves go through, you know, this whole decaying process. And so it's like when they realign and know what is going on, it's pretty much nothing but red, which is what they say on the stories that they see. They see nothing but death. And you being the one that created that motherfucking spell, bondage, whatever, I'm trying to tell you, it's just like, you feel me, going to the source. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, that's all they see. You know, it's just you. Like, it's nothing else. It's just you. So it's like, oh, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I got to go fuck this motherfucker up. That's how we feel when you are out of the illusion and you see the direct red flag. I'm sorry, you see the direct enemy. You see the direct source of the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're not going to be out happy. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, during slavery, you know, during times of oppression, our ancestors fought back. But, of course, they're going to put the illusion out for you, make it seem like we didn't. But no, trust. Our ancestors, Ross and Orishas, were also guided spiritually because they also followed the North Star, you know, certain things. So, of course, certain spirituality definitely was going on. Definitely was going on back in the day also. So being aligned, you feel me, having an understanding of why you always want to create with your spirituality and never let someone take over your willpower. You feel me? And again, when you realize someone has taken over your willpower, oh, you're going to be pissed. I mean, period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? Like, period, point blank. Especially if it took over your willpower to a point where that motherfucker was a whole, it was just a whole illusion that was going on and you were not you. Okay? So, of course, you're going to come out pissed. So, again, that's why I always speak on certain things I don't do. You feel me? And then certain things, especially when it comes to, like, money and stuff like that, again, it's based on your words and how you act and your intent. Okay? So, because, again, it wouldn't be good, you know, in the long term. You feel me? And plus, again, we got to make sense of these things. Because it'd be like, how would you feel if a motherfucker did that to you? You know what I'm saying? You'd be pissed. You know what I'm saying? So, you feel me? I've had voodoo done on me. You feel me? I've had voodoo done on me before. And as you all see, I definitely fucked those bitches up. So either way, you know what I'm saying? And then again, you're going to receive dreams. You're going to receive uploads. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing is how I found out, you feel me? The bitch told on herself. And then she told me that it was a dream that her family member had. And it was about one of her, you feel me? It was her people who I was, you feel me? Who come to find out did the voodoo on me also. Person's family member had a dream about that person dying. And you feel me? So it's kind of like, oh, okay, so you're telling this story, telling the situation to the motherfucker that's coming to do it to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you know, a motherfucker will kind of confess. So again, your response is the reason you exist. So it's like, okay, you break out of that possession once you get that confirmation. And again, you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get something that's going to trigger you, where that bullet's going to shoot out that fucking illusion. You know what I'm saying? So again, yeah, a little story time, whatever. But, story time, whatever. So either way, having an understanding, because when you realize what the fuck is going on, you're going to be pissed. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but you want to pay attention to signs, symbology, especially to people's dreams. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, don't let people touch you. Don't let people touch your antennas, especially your hair, stuff like that. Don't let them touch it. No, don't let them touch it. Because motherfuckers is weird. Motherfuckers is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will be on that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just because of hate, you know, jealousy, whatever the case is. Just like Drake said, it's a thin line between that love and hate. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you love someone like you hate someone so much it just becomes love because you become obsessed. So either way, having an understanding when you take someone's willpower, when you take someone's mentality, someone's elevation. Like, that's a problem. Okay, so y'all know I do what I do. You feel me? I create with spirituality on a whole nother level. You feel me? Especially when it comes to dreams, astral projection, you know, senses, stuff like that, healing or whatever, right? So certain things I don't do, but I can definitely break generational curses. And I do. I break generational curses that others may not be able to because of experience. You feel what I'm saying? So then it's like paying attention to why we speak on coming to realignment, so that you can realize that's going on as your first eye starts way. When you take the veil off, you feel what I'm saying, you'll be able to realize everything. You feel what I'm saying? And again, you'll realize why you were sick at this time, why you were going through transformation, why you were da-da-da, blah, 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 all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then be like, oh, well, that's why that battle was going on. That's why I was going through. That's why a motherfucker was sick. That's why da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, why. So having an understanding of things and why you and how you can receive your confirmation. You know what I'm saying? And again, when you do receive your confirmation, you ain't about to be happy about not a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to be happy. You're not about to be around here kissing people. You're not about to be around here being nice. You're not about to be around here doing none of that shit. You're going to be pissed. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to go straight to the source of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, straight to the source. And I mean directly straight to the source, especially if it's coming from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? And again, people start to confess things because they have to, especially if it's stopping your elevation. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes motherfuckers may just start to dripping, dropping from the mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had to release this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like some people just start confessing things. Because again, especially if you are going through a moment of possession where you don't feel like yourself and stuff like that. So you're finding ways to get out of that, you know, out of that mental cage, or you're finding symbols, certain codes. So that's why we speak on triggers. You feel me? Certain triggers are for one's, you feel me, well-being, because that's the veil being pulled off. Certain trauma, that's the veil being pulled off. So having an understanding of things. So that's why we don't do love spells. No, we don't. But we know how to break them. We know how to remove hexes. We know how to cord cut. Okay, so that's what we create with over here. So I definitely have cussed a few people out. I don't mean to, but it just like some people's intent be so fucked up. You feel me? It'd be like, nah, but I still want to do it. Motherfucker, no. You hear me? Because it's like you got to know about what you're going to get back from that, especially if you're taking someone's willpower. Like that hit back is so different. You feel me? So that's why a lot of the stories have ended. That's why a lot of the stories have ended in death. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's severe. Like, that's huge. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's humongous. So just showing, like, why certain things I don't do and why certain readings I don't do. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't want it to be where a lot of low vibrational things or a lot of things that's supposed to naturally come to you should not be your main focus. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's other things out here that you need to focus on. That's why we speak on your frequency. That's why we speak on, you know, you tapping into, you coming to alignment. Because again, once you come to alignment, you start to realize what's going on as your first star starts to rise. You don't like the same things that you used to. You know what I'm saying? Your attention is not going to go to the same things that it used to, because you're out of the illusion. You're rising to a whole nother level. Okay. So when ones do come at me with that, I definitely give them like the whole rundown. I did this before. I actually did it on live. And, you know, having an understanding, but then it's like, you'll be able to also pay attention to ones that have been, you know, under voodoo, that has been, not, I don't even want to say under voodoo, ones that has been under a spell, under a curse, whatever you want to call it, because voodoo does not mean that, you know, it could be whatever you want, because it's your hidden spirituality. You feel me? Because it could be whatever you want, because it's your hidden spirituality. And again, this is only for melanin. You know what I'm saying? You can't be whatever. So either way, everyone receives karma. You know what I'm saying? And again, that hit way differently. And again, it's based on what you were doing. So if you were stopping someone's willpower, someone's power to journey along, you know, other pathways, stuff like that, having that option, having that ability and stuff like that, that's going to come back more than just tenfold. You feel like they had always saying before. That's going to come back on a, like, oh my gosh, like that's, I don't even know how to really say that for real, because depending on how the time was in between time when you had put that spell on and then to, you know, this accurate moment, it really depends on that. So the journey, the experience, like what did you put that, you know, did you put that spell on that person for them to be like your rug, you know, when you run over him, like whatever the case is, but it just depends on the intent on the whole process. You know what I'm saying? And again, they also will pretty much do the opposite of what you tried to send that spell to do. You know what I'm saying? So, especially based if that mofo didn't even really like you, or basically like that mofo didn't deserve this at all. You know what I'm saying? Nobody deserves their willpower to be taken from them. So, it's definitely going to hit back differently. So, like, you may say like, oh yeah, love, all this stuff. No, that motherfucker gonna come back with hate. You feel me? And again, this has been spoken on through other spiritualists, you feel me? So having an understanding. So if certain things add up, you feel me, and it's making sense, you feel me, that's what you be like, okay, learn lesson, you know what I'm saying? But other things be like we were speaking on the doppelganger, you feel me, that ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but you feel me? So that's based on you. But when it comes to someone else's, you know, willpower, state of being, now that is where it goes to, like, you ain't going to just be battling that mofo. No, you're battling that mofo's angels, that mofo's ancestors, that mofo's demons. You're going to battle every version of that mofo. You're battling everything that came with them. You know what I'm saying? Without even knowing it, because you just focus on them. So it's just like you don't even see everything else around them. You feel me? You just focus on that person here in this dimension. You feel me? It's going to transpire on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just being aware of things, and then it definitely answers a lot of, you know, questions where it's like, okay, we now know the level of spirituality that you're on. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to, you know what I'm saying, be funny. That's a part of a motherfucker's ego death that they need. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things just will bring sight to, like, nigga, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But you out here playing, having fun, acting like it's a fucking joke because you don't know shit. You know what I mean? But when you want to do this dumb shit, take other motherfuckers' willpower, you don't know the pullback from that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you need to educate yourself before you go out here doing some dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? Be aware. Wise man change. We ain't no fucking fool. You know what I'm saying? So when a lot of people just play around with these things, that's why we always say this is not a trend. You know what I'm saying? Because it's based off experience. And it's like, you got to know levels to this, dimensions to this, okay? So it's like, man, when you take one person's willpower, oh, you done took their ancestors' willpower, you done took their bloodlines' willpower, you done took, you feel me, all of they willpower, because he or she has something to do in this, you feel me, in this dimension. You done put a pause on everything. Oh yeah, no, you're gonna get back on a whole nother level. So you're not just battling him. Nah, you ain't just sitting there redoing. Nah, that's why when you do go to certain spiritualists, they'll charge you a whole arm and leg, whatever the case is. That's on them. You feel me? But it's certain levels and certain things that they have to do. You feel what I'm saying? That they have to, you feel me, sacrifice, whatever the case is. So it's levels to it. So again, your spiritualist, whoever's helping you do this, if you didn't do this by yourself, trust that mofo, he or she is getting that punch back also. Okay? So it's like, if you do this bullshit, it ain't just you. Okay? So that's why I always want to be on here, to give people an understanding of things. So that's why I always say, you know, spirituality is not always fucking nice. Not at all. Nice don't even exist. And spirituality, it don't even exist. No, it don't. Nice nice, being kind, shit like that don't even exist in spirituality. Like, straight, it's called balance. It's called balance, okay? That's why we create with the negative and positive polarity. We got to have a holistic view of all of this. You feel me? Not just a little bit here and there. And again, this got to be off of you. You don't go off of nobody else's experience. You know what I'm saying? You go off of you. I mean, nobody else's notes. I'm sorry. Nobody else's notes. But again, when you go off of somebody else's experience, you know what I'm saying, that is you to take notes, that's you to take lessons, you know what I'm saying, so that you can be aware, okay, of what is going on, knowing that, okay, this really happens, this exists, that can, blah, 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 blah. You're receiving uploads all from this again, right? So you're being aware and you're building your protection, not fear, not at all, protection, so that you can be aware and know what's going on. And again, we're creating with things that goes within self-elevation. You're generating order and destroying, putting shit in order so that you can know and be aware of that be aware of that could be against you, whatever the case is. So you're aware of these things. And again, you're feeling the vibration and frequency from this. You're like, okay, yeah, bet. And then again, you'll be able to feel this dimensions away because you're aware of this. And again, you're going to receive, you feel me, that nudge, and it's like your sense is going to put it all in order for you. You feel me? Like your who, what, where, when, how, and all that other stuff. You feel me? So it's just like, oh, okay. Yep. You hear me? So it's like, okay, I'm aware. So again, your response is the reason you exist, right? So you got these notes. You got everything for a reason. And it's for self-elevation. Okay? So you're not supposed to waste your time anywhere. You feel me? So being aware, Ashe, knowing, sensing, you feel me? Never. So knowing, you feel me, that so many levels to us. Knowing that it's so many levels to us, you feel me? And that means there's so many levels outside of us also. But building yourself first, you know what I'm saying, to where you're aware to your senses, everything in every dimension, you feel me, creating with your first eye that looks beyond the third dimension, where it's going to bring you sight to everything. You hear me? So that is where you are supposed to build your energy, your frequency, you feel me, your rising, your knowing. You're not supposed to build it off of fear. You're not supposed to build any foundation off of fear. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to be learning this for a reason. You're supposed to be receiving this for a reason. And again, self-elevation, elevation, period, is the reason why we are here. Okay? So, but having an understanding, because you want to make stuff make sense. But don't waste your time trying to figure out no bullshit that's outside of you. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I definitely wanted to stop that and do that understanding of, you know, certain things that a lot of people may think about. Like, you know, like we just stated, like the love spells, stuff like that, whatever. Like, don't do it. Don't do it, and don't ask me to. Yeah? Don't, because I will embarrass you. Yeah, don't ask me to, because I will embarrass you. That's just straight up. Like, ego does hit differently with me. Especially when it comes to something like that, like spirituality. Yeah, man. So, but yeah, you know, you definitely want to pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like we stated, if you do that, I don't care who it is, you got to worry about that person's bloodline. You got to worry about that person's generations, like ancestors. Like, we talking from lifetimes, from dimensions outside of here. You feel me? On a whole nother level. So why would you want to do that? Why would you want to risk yourself like that? Like, why would you want to put yourself in a huge yourself in danger? Because, my bad, it's putting yourself in danger because that's when your ancestors even going to tell you, like, God damn, that's something you shouldn't have done. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. You feel me? Like, we support you in everything else. But that, you feel me? Because trust, the connection, the Cuban link within spirituality, our ancestors, you feel me? Soul twins, soul tribes, you feel me? Soul world, soul God, everything connects. So, whether you believe it or not, or know it or not, your ancestors is having a conversation with the other one's ancestors too. You hear me? So, certain things, it just be like, man, you feel me? Your ancestors will cut all ties. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, yeah, we gotta let their ancestors do whatever they gotta do with you, because that is just that one. You feel me? Like, goddamn, you feel me? That's the abuse of power. You know what I'm saying? Like, jeez Louise, because he or she is abusing power, stopping someone else's power. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, certain battles we fight that we don't even know that we're fighting. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it's all about your mentality, your intent. And it's like, nigga, was that because of what you did? You know what I'm saying? Is that what that is? Because you got your thought process of some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? So, gosh, I don't even got no music playing. I definitely give people ego deaths. You feel me? So you feel me? Like we just said, nice don't come within spirituality. So I'm not about to sugarcoat shit. I don't sugarcoat anything on here with y'all when we just dropping knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So this is ancient wisdom. So it's like, I'm not about to sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to tell you what you need to be told. You feel me? And again, just because you came and asked me, you feel me, to do certain things, you feel me? Like, I try to break, you know, generational curses. So it's like, I try to make sure, you know, certain things didn't already latch on to you because, you know, higher ancestors, you know, definitely sense your thoughts. So it's kind of like, you know, already going to know what you're going to do, whatever the case is. So you want to make sure you don't latch onto you. But either way, nothing already latching onto you. Either way, that's why we speak on consultations and stuff like that. So we have an understanding of things, of what's going on, what you're creating with and stuff like that. But I would definitely make sure you leave with the ego death. You feel what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, you not about to. Because maybe you were my assignment. Like, for like, I be having a really. Like, I be shocked that certain people do still follow me. I ain't gonna lie. Because they be like, damn. You know, I did just like rip your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Like, on a whole nother level. And then it just is what it is. Because in reality, you needed to hear that. Especially when you trying to take over somebody else's willpower. Like we just stated. So, yeah, no. I'm going to go in on your ass. I'm going to go in on your ass so bad I may be You feel me? Killing versions of yourself because you did it. So it's kind of saying like when you cross the line on certain things that you know just ain't right, just everything, you feel me? Aligning with saying no, you feel me? But you still do it. So just like, okay, some things just like you just gotta be thrown out there because it's just like you really said fuck everything. You just said fuck all this, you know, everything that's making sense and just said no, but I still want to do this. And again, that's you with your ego. So yeah, you feel me? Some things you just want to avoid, you know, especially if you know. So just like, especially if you had dreams. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. No, over here. Yeah, no, don't do that. Yeah, don't do it. But you still do it. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to get lesson on a whole nother level. But yeah, I just want to go and say that. Make sure we have an understanding of what time it is, you know what I'm saying, and you know, have an understanding of why I come on here. Cause I swear to you, I was not going to come on here, but it was just something eating me up. Like, gotta go on there, cause you know, I do be asked certain things. But you know, I always let you all know that no client, no anybody, no family, no nothing ever be advertised on my. No one will ever be advertised on my page, especially when it comes to spirituality, because it's not a game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, sorry, you know how I get my upload. So a lot of spirituality, a lot of situations, a lot of things we don't advertise. You know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to be shown. And when something comes to being so common, you feel me, to being a problem, then that's when I say something. You know what I'm saying? And especially if it stops someone's elevation. You know what I'm saying? So it's been consistent. You see it everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm late because it's been going on for forever or whatever. So that's why I kind of shared mine, because it's like, if a motherfucker come to me saying they want, you feel me, any of that being done, especially towards my people, you feel me, like melanated, you feel me, melanated ones, I'm definitely gonna have an issue, because people are like, okay, so you came to me thinking I'm gonna be all nice and do what you asked me. Nah, I told you I'm a jinn, I ain't no genie. You know what I mean? It's a difference. I don't grant wishes at all. So I pretty much, you feel me, demolish. You feel me, that pretty much come my way. So it's like, okay, when you ask me, more than likely you're my assignment. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, so you probably didn't ask a few people, you probably said, so definitely you won't leave. You feel me? You will not leave our conversation without being bird box, let's say that. You feel me? Without learning something. You're going to learn something. You are always going to learn something. We'll make sure nobody wastes their time, and plus trust. You're not about to leave, you feel me, right here and think you about to go ask the next motherfucker, you feel me, for something that you ain't supposed to do. No, because they're going to tell you too, okay? You got to pay attention to the Cuban link. And so, again, pay attention to your signs. Your signs. Your dreams. You got to pay attention. But again, if you want to keep being naive and just like, no, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you're going to be sent to that one. Because you're going to be sent to that one because you're never supposed to be sent to a journey or a path to where, you know, that really isn't meant for you. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, like, when you go to a spiritualist and they're lying to you, you know what I'm saying, and kind of pushing you into death, knowing that, you know, they're not supposed to, whether if this is what you want or not, that's abuse of power also. Because it's like, we're supposed to be here to give you truth and elevate that is within you. So it's like, if we send you straight to your death, you know what I'm saying, without telling you what was going on, that's fucked up on our part, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we have stuff that we, you know what I'm saying, have to handle on the back end too. So it's like, when mofos come to us and ask us for certain things, we got shit that we got to handle too. You know what I'm saying? We have to generate everything, and we have to look at the bigger picture, okay? Because again, this ain't just with you. So we gotta, you feel me, pay attention to what's going on after effects. So, because this is creating a domino effect. This is creating another frequency. This is creating another, you feel me, another pathway. So it's like, if it's part of adding to the bullshit, adding to illusion, adding to shit that will not bring someone to their elevation, but to their, you feel me, to their death, whatever the case is, trust that spiritualist or whatever the case is definitely gonna fall, you feel me, fall down with that. You feel me? So it's like, it just really depends. That's why it's like, we have to tell you all everything that you all need to know, not want to know. Okay. So it's a difference. Okay. So that's why I was like, yeah, certain genies, you feel me, may get stuck or whatever, may have to grant wishes, whatever the case is, but jinns are geniuses. But you see, that's right there. That's when that tongue, the 7 thieves, you feel me, is actually testing the energy around it. You feel what I'm saying? So testing all of that. So it's like, when that starts to happen, the little hiss and everything, it's pretty much bringing, you feel me, sight to death being around. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, okay. Because it's like, you know, it's testing because, like, you know, we're 10 steps ahead. This is chess, not checkers. So it's like, you know, trying to figure out, not trying, but figuring out everything. So we're not just going to do what you ask or grant whatever. No. You hear what I'm saying? So it's all about your intent. So being an empath, you feel me? Telepathy, all of that. You feel me? And motherfuckers run away from us all the time because they fear that. You feel me? Because, yeah, you're being read right now. You know what I'm saying? You being read like a motherfucker. Okay? Being tested. You feel me? And, you know, being tested, being read. So, you know, a lot of people don't like to come around spiritualists like myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but either way, you gotta be careful what you ask for. You hear me? Just like off a Wishmaster. Like, nigga, that motherfucker fucked up so much goddamn shit. Like, what? Like, nigga, it was just some shit. Be like, oh my gosh, this motherfucker just asked for some sandals. I swear to you, this motherfucker turned his motherfucking shoes, turned his whole foot, you know, into some other shit, or killed him some other type of way. Whatever the case is, you know, be careful what you ask for. And again, it's all about your intent. You know what I'm saying? So definitely being judged. I've been asked many things, but trust, you know, motherfucker ain't gonna walk away like ain't nothing happened. Like, no, you gotta be aware. You feel me? You have to be aware of what's going on and what you asking for. Okay, so you know you got other motives back up in there that needs to be handled. So yes, ego deaths happen all the time, especially when it comes to spirituality. So I don't come on here to sugarcoat anything. You feel me? I'm not nice about a goddamn thing, especially when you feel me, you got all these signs going on, whatever the case is. We cannot sugarcoat a goddamn thing. We gotta be for real. You feel what I'm saying? Because we don't know if the next second will be, you know, someone being in what they be saying, non-alive. Is that what they be saying? Whatever that word is. But, you know, walking to their motherfucking, you know, physical death. And that's a problem. So we are not here to sugarcoat anything. Okay? But again, everybody works differently, you know. Everybody's powers, everything, whatever, is differently. But mine's, nope. I ain't nice. You know what I'm saying? To my homies, my family ones that's actually loyal to me. You know what I'm saying? They know I ain't nice either. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, they get another level of respect. But it's just like, you feel me? When it comes to spirituality, when people who don't know me and just come straight with the spirituality, like, I really am not going to waste my time with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you straight up what it is. Like, we not about to sugarcoat nothing. But when it comes to family, I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing either. But it's something that I got to handle too. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to somebody else, like out of, you know, people outside of that, trust, you're not getting no sugarcoat nothing. You're not getting none of that. Because again, I don't have to do shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't have to do a goddamn thing. But it's like, you're here for a reason. You feel me? And I will never push you out there to the wolves, wherever the case is. You feel me? Especially if you're melanated. You feel me? So it's like, everybody goes according to their own rules, is pretty much what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So never limit yourself. Never limit your monstrous energy. Never limit yourself, period, point blank. Okay? I don't care if the next person says, oh, well, you're not nice. I don't care what that don't matter. Your balance, your realignment is what matters. Your elevation is what fucking matters. Okay? So yeah, love spells, all that stuff. No, I'm not going to do, because I'm not about to stop nobody else's elevation when that's all I speak on when I come on here. You know what I'm saying? So that's huge. So I definitely give motherfuckers ego deaths. You feel me? So it's like, you know, you definitely want to be in tune with that spiritual side of that. So I want to make sure others do the same thing too, so they can protect themselves. Okay? Having an overstanding. So paying attention to self will let you know, like, that motherfucker tried to take my energy. You feel me? Or yeah, that motherfucker right there, boy. You know, motherfucker get dumb around him and be like, I don't like that. You feel me? But again, you got to pay attention. But this is you being observant. You'll be able to break out of that. Okay? So again, when you realize it's going on as your first eye rise. You know what I'm saying? you're bringing balance to self. Balance, you know what I'm saying? So your rights will be able to observe, know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Your who, what, where, when, how, like we just stated. So again, your reason, your response to the reason you exist. So you're not about to just be cool with a motherfucker coming around you that, you feel me, didn't, give you an injury, whatever the case is, just change your whole mood, change everything. You feel what I'm saying? So you're going to be pissed. Like, nigga, give me my shit back. Give me my power back. You feel me? So that's why we always speak on never let anyone touch you. Don't let anyone touch your fucking hair. You feel what I'm saying? But I definitely tell people certain things I don't do because of experience. You know what I'm saying? So certain things just be like, nigga, do you not know the punchback of that? You know what I'm saying? Other motherfuckers, ancestors, and other people's demons and angels is what you're going to be fighting after that. So you're not just going against the one that you're putting that bondage on. You feel me? No, you're fighting against their whole lineage, nigga. You feel me? And then again, if the spiritualist goes through with doing this with you, that motherfucker got some shit to having an understanding of how powerful this spirituality is. You feel me? Breaking through the illusion, stuff like that. So I just wanted to say that real quick. I know I said it several times. I said it again, but it's like it has to be very severe, and I have to put this in there. Yeah, because motherfuckers will still ask me, and it would be like, bro, no. Okay? So definitely having an understanding of things. I just had a song that I want to listen to. So yes, I didn't want to drag that on. It did go for a little minute though, but just letting it be known, like, I'm not here just for play, no, motherfucker. Initiated from experience. You hear what I'm saying? So having an understanding, this is within my bloodline. You know what I'm saying? My generations, my ancestors, all my people, you feel me? My hires, everything. So it's like, all within that, you already know, like, shaman, doula, everything, all through there. So it's like, oh, herbalist, everything, source, everything. So it's just like, why would you want to be in battle with anybody who's within my bloodline? You know what I'm saying? With any of my spiritual anything. That goes for anyone else of melanin. You feel me? So it's like a lot of things you got to have an understanding of and not just look at it by eyesight's view. My bad. And not look at it at eyesight's view. You got to have an understanding. Look at the bigger picture. Okay? And ladies and spiritualists, men, we are here to look into that other dimension for a reason. Not to just sugarcoat shit for a motherfucker. Okay? Not at all. Well, I don't. I'm not about to sugarcoat nothing. Like, I don't talk about certain things that others is going to talk about, as y'all all know. So, and that's for a reason. That is for a reason. So that's why I am talking about what I'm talking about, because other motherfuckers don't talk about it. And it's like, who's talking about astral projection? Who's talking about doppelgangers? Who's talking about voodoo? Who's talking about da-da-da? Us, me, you, we. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't tell y'all my every move, because that ain't none of y'all's business. You know what I'm saying? Definitely is not. I'm an introvert for a reason. So it's like anything that rises you, you feel what I'm saying, is what I'm going to do. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what others are supposed to do also. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like me putting all my power into you? No. You putting all your power into me? No. You feel what I'm saying? Doing fucked up shit, not, saying what really that it is. You feel me? No. No. We don't play no games. We gonna, you feel me? Nip all that bullshit in the bud and say what it is. We ain't got no time to waste on time. We ain't got no time to play no games. That's why I rise it on a whole nother level. Okay? Shit that may go over people's heads, whatever the case is. They're like, that's crazy, that's this and this, but this is what's really going on. And I'm always going to make sure it makes sense. Okay? So I'm receiving uploads all within the process of this. You feel me? So I definitely want to give people understanding. And that's why, like it's levels to this. I'm starting to say it's dimensions to this. You know, like it really is. Like, bro, like whatever you want to call it. Again, we're creating with the first dialects beyond the third dimension. So you're supposed to see and sense. You're supposed to sense everything. You feel me? That's where the all-seeing eye comes in. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to have an understanding of that. And so the eyebrows, the eye know. And you see the eye putting around it like a life unk. You feel me? I know. Okay? So, either way, having a understanding why we create with symbology, why we create with spirituality, why we always learn, with the wise men change. So, we can learn about these, about I get out of the newspaper. We can learn, well, no, the newspaper used to tell a little bit of everything for real experience. So it was just based on you wanting to read it. Okay, so we'll just say this may not be something that you'll get out of the magazine or whatever the case is, the hidden unknown, but we have to let it be known, just like in the cards, exploration. We have to make sure we are exploring the truth, exploring spiritual soul systems, things that go within you, not nothing that will distract you, anything that rises your vibration and frequency. That's why we always say you're supposed to learn something every day, all day, every day. Ashe? So, because there's so much to learn. And we're speaking on senses, power, magic, voodoo, hidden spirituality, wisdom. You hear me? Akashic records, astral projection, shape shifting. You feel me? All types of stuff. You feel me? So, this is within you. So, you ain't got time to worry about no other motherfucker. And again, oh my gosh, why do you want to have another motherfucker thinking about you 24/7? Why would you want to have, that means they're summoning you in a way, okay? So why would you want to be up under somebody else 24/7 when you got so much to do with you? Okay, and again, hey, so of course, you gravitate, learn, go out and create with your soul twin, soul twice, but 24/7, like all day, every day is not how it's supposed to go. Okay, not at all. You gotta have time for yourself. Okay, go within. And I ain't talking about just a little bit of time either. I'm talking about time. Just like Kevin Gates stated, isolation brings in self-elevation. You have it, me time, week time for a reason. All of this exists. You gotta bring balance to yourself. And then when you consistently do it, that's when you'll be able to go outside and play somewhere, because this is you all the time. So even when you go outside and play, you know that you're creating with all versions of self in in other dimensions also. So you're creating in a higher frequency. Yeah, man, you're on a whole nother level. You're in your dream realm on a 24/7. You're able to see this fucking bullshit as reality, and your spirituality higher realm. You feel me? Which is the one that we are rising and aligning with. You hear me? So having an understanding of things on why we create with meditation. Why we create with self-elevation, why we create with wisdom, why we create with spiritual soul systems that actually rises thee. I mean, a lot of this stuff may seem repetitive, but consistency is key. You feel me? So it's supposed to hit you differently. You feel me? Every time, because you're learning on a different level. You feel what I'm saying? Just like how we stated on the body heals itself. I think it's after every 90 days or whatever the case is. But we have risen so many dimensions. And this bullshit, that's reality. We have risen so many dimensions. You know what I'm saying? So just let it be known. You feel me? We are on a whole nother level. But a lot of us has been in the illusion. So that's why we bird box bitches. So we can go ahead and rise it on a whole nother level. We always say never tame your beast. Never limit yourself. Okay? Never limit your wisdom. You feel me? You're supposed to learn from everything. Not just from this, not from that. No, you're supposed to learn from everything. So when you do open the Bible, you're supposed to learn something. Not be in the point of confusion at all. That's what we cord cut. And a learning lesson. Learning. And then again, that learning. So then again, that book is all about self-elevation. It's giving you certain experiences and certain trials that ones had to do when maybe the snake was eating its tail, or maybe it was a pillar that may have seemed like it was supposed to be something else. Whatever the case is, so pretty much you're never supposed to be limited, and it presents that within, your Bible. So again, when you look at the pyramids, all of that, again, is about self-elevation. When you come into alignment and create with your hidden and unknown, bringing in symbology to everything around you, creating with the sun, moon, and the stars, as above, so below, so within, so without, as up over. Okay? So creating with, like, circuit breakers, you feel me? That is all energy, that a huge frequency. So again, you see the alignment within the pyramids, you feel me? And again, we are rising the seeker to become the seer. So you had to research to see this. So again, if you are stuck on fucking dumb television, that's not giving you this wisdom, you're stuck within other bullshit that's distracting you. You're not going to be able to get that understanding. You didn't get to research how animals communicate. You didn't get to research how, you feel me, how to align thyself, how plants are grown, how certain things happen that all goes within you. You wouldn't even be able to know that all this was on a pyramid because you're watching some other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But again, all of that was hidden and was placed into the museums. You know what I'm saying? And it was placed in other places that others wouldn't, you know what I mean, probably have easy access to, whatever cases. But now that we do, we got access to every goddamn thing. Like, I used to watch certain museums and all shit stuff like that, like on on my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so is that what that is? You feel me? And you're able to see scriptures, you're able to see all of that. So creating with it as your school. But if you're doing it as gossip on some bullshit, worried about what the next motherfucker is doing, that's a problem for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not creating with this on a whole nother level. We used to say it all the time back in the day, like, motherfucker, you better go ahead and create with, you feel me, these lectures, YouTube, you feel me, create with these lectures, YouTube, Google, stuff like that. You better create with it right now while it's free. And you better do it properly. You know what I'm saying? Meaning something that is self-elevating. You hear me? So something that makes sense brings you to being accurate. You feel me? So that you create with the hidden and unknown after you have an understanding of it. Okay? So that you can know what time we're in. Like, oh, okay. So we're no longer in the time of belief. We're in the time of I know. Oh, nigga. Yeah, because that is going to show that none of this is supposed to be hard for us. It's our time, we time, like that Asta stated. Time is changing. You feel me? On a whole nother level, rising dimensions, creating with your mentality, your spirituality, creating with the negative and positive polarity. So a lot of stuff is automatically going to come to you. A lot of stuff is automatically going to come to you with as a natural flow. And others are going to be like, oh my gosh, how did they know? Like, how did they know, motherfucker? This is how it's supposed to go. You hear me? So you're going to automatically get that natural flow. So these uploads are automatically coming in. That's how these energy portals and these vortexes, this alignment, everything is going on, and it's doing it for that because it's automatically giving you uploads from your Akashic records, from your higher and younger self coming to alignment. So your ancestors watching the rest of your soul twins, your soul tribes, everybody's coming to being realigned. Okay, because we're all realizing and realize as our first eye rise. All right. So either way, we're on a whole nother level. And again, it's not just you. You feel me? That's where the power goes in at. So you want to make sure you are not naive. You are not limiting thyself. You are open. And again, you're open to the flow of things. You hear me? So definitely want to create with the overstanding. And since isolation brings in elevation, you always got to go outside and play. Okay? So, and then that means like going to ground. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, going to ground, looking outside, you feel me? If it's too cold, whatever the case is, listening to music, you feel what I'm saying? Certain elements, it's different ways, you feel me, of going out to play so that you learn, receive, you feel me? So it gets rid of your anxiety, gets rid of your paranoia, all that other stuff, you feel me? It gets rid of all of that bullshit. So when you do go outside and play, you ain't got no problem. Man, these motherfucking candles, what's the name? But either way, having an understanding, you don't go within to be sad and depressed. No. You go within the cord cut, to rise it, to heal, to break generational curses, your powers, your senses. You are on a whole nother level when you go into meditation. When you go into self-elevation. And again, when you got somebody talking to you this whole goddamn time. You hear me? Again, you are not just fighting that person, you are fighting that person's demons. You remember that person's angels, that person's whatever the case is. So it's like, you ain't got time to be distracted. So, you got somebody that's always there. You ain't got no me time. You know what I'm saying? That is depressing. That can get to a point where a motherfucker will start to resent that other person. You feel me? Because again, you have to let the heart grow fonder. And again, when you are creating with self-elevation, self-rising, you're always going to be able to telepathically connect to your soul twin, you feel me, your love, whatever you want to call it. So you're never alone. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you just got to have that physical space. You know what I'm saying? So that you can come to alignment so that when y'all do come back and y'all have that touch with each other, it's going to be on a whole nother level. But if you all are under each other this whole time and it's like, you all weren't able to go and learn and receive on a whole nother level outside of each other, you feel what I'm saying? It would kind of be like you all have each other on a bonding spell. You feel me? Because it's like, you feel like you can't get away. So that may sound good to others. It may sound bad to others. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you are together all the time, it makes it like it's more bad than good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you all aren't giving each other that space to miss each other. You feel me? You're not giving each other space for new energy to come in. Is pretty much what I'm saying. But again, it's all based on you. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people haven't been alone. A lot of people have been in relationship after relationship after relationship. and they don't know themselves. Like, they look in the mirror and literally don't know themselves. And again, that's you being pretty much under possession because you're trying to avoid, you feel me, yourself. And that's a problem. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you're not able to learn about self. So you just been in an illusion this whole time. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, that's really an addiction in a way. You feel what I'm saying? So certain things I don't say because that doesn't add to healing. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, when I say certain things, people just be like, yeah, whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I just be like, what? You know, self-love. So like, bro, you gotta chill by yourself. You feel me? So it'd be like, some people don't get that vibe where I say you gotta chill by yourself until, you feel me, it's that time for real. So it's like, I get it, like, well, I had to want to do it, but it's like, motherfucker, we ain't got time for you to be distracted for years, decades, and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? With the karmic, no. Because again, that could be a part of you being under a bondage spell, you know, a love spell, whatever the case is, without even knowing it. Okay? So either way, a lot of spiritualists, especially myself, we don't speak on a lot of things. We just kind of do. Especially if we see the problem within you. If we see what is holding you back. If we sense what is actually holding you down. You feel what I'm saying? That you may not be able to get a finger on. You feel what I'm saying? But we're going to bring it to sight for you. You feel me? But I'm the type to, you feel me, do what I do. You feel me? So I wouldn't just, you feel me, leave you through whatever, do whatever. No. You feel me? So it definitely hits a little differently when you have an overstanding. You feel what I'm saying? And every spiritualist is different. Okay, so I'm definitely going to give you wisdom. You feel me? I'm going to give you wisdom. I'm going to give you light. I'm going to give you everything and some. And then the resolution. You feel me? A solution. Whatever you want to call it for the evolution. So either way, everyone is different. And you don't learn from someone for you to worship them. You learn from someone for you to go within. You feel me? So that you can figure out how you work. You feel what I'm saying? So that you can know the possibilities. You feel me? So that you can know certain options. You feel me? Like, okay, so since they did like that, you feel me? And that was able to do whatever the case is. You feel what I'm saying? There's no limits. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, what can I figure out? You feel me? And then it's like, again, your alchemy is not the same as everybody else's alchemy. You feel me? That's why we say your good is not my good, your bad is not my bad. You feel me? So it's like, your spell work may not work for me. You feel what I'm saying? Your healing may not work for me. You feel what I'm saying? Your whatever may not work for me. Because again, it's not with, you have different intent than I do. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where all the magic comes in at. You feel me? So having overstanding. And again, you're always aware that everything is going to come out pretty much differently. You feel what I'm saying? You're never going to get the same result on anything. Ever. Okay? You ain't never going to get the same result on nothing. So creating with the hidden unknown, always going to hit differently. You feel what I'm saying? But again, if you are always distracted, if you're always up under somebody, if you always have someone else's energy on you, if you haven't went within, you will never be able to find and learn about you. You will never be able to go within properly. You feel me? But we've had ones that was forced into certain traumatizing situations to where it was trying to stop them from that, but they were able to still, you feel me, be in tune. You feel what I'm saying? So certain situations be like, if this person, you come over here, my bad. Certain situations be like, if this, you know, especially it be happening with kids too. So like, if this baby can do it, but you over here as a grown ass person over here crying, wanting sympathy, playing this damsel in distress, this dumb shit, that pisses me off. So that's where that ego death come in at. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of things mofos just be putting on for a show so that they can have that attention. You feel me? Have that energy being fed into their ego. So I ain't here to play no games with you though. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not about to add into that. You feel me? So I'm not a genie. A jinn. Yeah. I'm not a genie, so I ain't about to grant you shit that you wish for. You feel me? So you can say I am like the wish master. You know what I'm saying? Because again, having an overstanding, it's all how you how you create with it. You feel me? How you have an overstanding of it. So depending on what you come and ask, But then, you feel me, my Zen, you feel me, my Zen services, you feel what I'm saying? Now that is where silence rises thy crown. So your body is what's going to talk to me. Okay? Your mentality is what's going to talk to me. So you're supposed to just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? So your body is talking to me through that whole time. My bad. So your body is talking to me through that whole time. So I'm elevating that is within you. You know what I'm saying? So that trust, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate everybody that does have trust for me, because I always say, don't let nobody touch you. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to massaging and healing, you know what I'm saying? That takes, again, trust for people. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate that too. But, you feel me? These are all different levels, different versions of me. You know what I'm saying? And again, I will always have that generate, order, and destroy, mentality all within that, because I got to generate it, put it in order, destroy that doesn't make sense. So it's like, if a motherfucker does ask me to do a love spell or something like that, I will destroy your fucking ego with it. You know what I'm saying? And say no. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But motherfuckers be thinking I'm gonna be all nice and shit like that. Like, no, I'm not about to be nice when you trying to, my bad, I'm not about to be nice when you trying to take somebody else's willpower. You know what I'm saying? So I have to do what I have to do. And again, that ain't sugarcoating shit. The difference between a genie and Jinn. It's the difference from a motherfucker that's doing this for a trend. You know what I'm saying? So a motherfucker can't tell you shit to back it up. Don't go with it. You know what I'm saying? And again, if a motherfucker tries to take your power, or you try to take somebody else's power, that's a problem. So either way, we're here just to elevate that is within you. So that's why we speak on the hidden, you feel me, the hidden unknown, when it goes into meditation and stuff like that. Because that's why I get mad for certain things that people do ask me, especially if it's low vibration. Because like, motherfucker, you could do that yourself. I mean, you can do that your fucking self. You know what I'm saying? So trust, I will give you how, who, what, and everything like that. You know, and again, you got to create with it yourself. You got to create with your intent. So that's why we speak on natal charts. So that you have an understanding of how, the power within you, your elements, your senses, and everything about you works. You feel what I'm saying? So when certain planets go through retrograde, just like how chart in certain homes and stuff like that, certain houses, will give you an understanding. So say if you have Saturn, when Saturn return comes, Saturn retrograde, you feel me, goes in certain things you want to pay attention, certain things you want to make sure that you do. You feel me? Whatever the case is, was giving you an understanding of being accurate, right? So just like with Capricorn, you feel me? And then again, you have an understanding of these things of why you are the way you are, because when you tap into your natal chart, it's going to give you an understanding, because again, you're not just one sign. And again, you have planets, stars, sun, moon, all of this within you. Like we just stated, you have a whole universe, a whole galaxy, a whole everything within you. And it says that you have a whole universe within you. And it states it everywhere that you have a whole universe within you. You know what I'm saying? You have so much power within you. Like, it's straight truth right there. So when you do look into your natal chart, it's going to show you the moons, the suns, the other planets, certain houses, everything within your natal chart. And that's just within the second that you were born. And again, energy multiplies, never dies. You know what I'm saying? So again, we have an understanding of how that chart, you feel me, that sundial, however you want to call it, starts to transform it every day, every week, month, going to years, decades, shows how powerful you are and how powerful you were supposed to become. And again, self-elevation is the purpose of being here. So showing our pillars and stuff like that. So now that we see that we are full with the physical, so now we're creating with the spiritual. So much to learn on a whole nother level, right? So that's why we speak on code, numerals, rising night frequency, because just like how we said it before, this is not supposed to be hard. This is not supposed to be confusing. This is not supposed to be none of that. So when you break out of the illusion, all of this just automatically comes, because it's our time, we time, like the Rasta stated, and all of this has been prophesized, right? So if anyone stops your elevation, if anyone puts an illusion on you, if anyone blocks or anything blocks you, again, that is when your soul team, your soul tribes will come in and fuck up some shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we speak on never letting someone take your willpower, never asking to take someone's willpower, because motherfucker, that's a whole battle that you are bringing on. Okay? So definitely wanted to bring an understanding of that, and that's why I came on here speaking about the doppelganger, stuff like that, and certain things that others may, continue on and let it be known, certain reason, whatever the case is. So I definitely wanted to give an understanding. You feel me? But again, This is how I create with spirituality, and we'll create with spirituality and we create with alignment. So you're not supposed to fear anything, right? Ashay. I'm trying to shut up, but I swear it just keeps going, and I was not supposed to be logging on today. So that's what's like. I've actually talked more today than I have on any. Well, no, I'm lying. Well, no, yeah, I think it has for real. But either way, let's continue with the music and generate, put things to alignment. Okay, so.
Go to your happy price line. My name is Christina Dent. 40 years since President.
I got to wear. Don't mind that. I was supposed to come on here. I had to handle a few things. I just came over here real quick. So. I'm like, it's good. That orange was just like, you know, you just gotta put the whole thing in there. Like, it was really good. I was trying to eat it. I was trying to eat it with the
Need to
one
restock
by
your
one.
pantry? Shop.
One by one, but that one was really good. Hold on, yeah, because I think we listened to that yesterday.
Yo, Larry, man, you think you can sing the song today?
What? Talk to me. What? It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. Hey, what? Talk to me. A smile for me. Yeah, man. Anything ever hurt. Come true. Your face. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. You smile, 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 smile for me. Every day. So you don't have to say a word. Telepathy. Hey. Suck the shit.
With hotels and vacation rentals, Booking.com has something
So
for
these
everyone.
cards. Hey, hey.
You got anything more boutique?
Oui, right this way.
What about something more family friendly?
Then we're going to do the Egyptian ones. And base. I really wasn't planning on coming here. Five. That's what I've got to say. The silver bitches and a wedding ring. Wedding ring. My mind is mine at times. I can't see and get one more two. Those other girls. A lot of them trying to come out. I don't read all in. I must make you understand. After that 5 already came out. I forgot that the dice came out too. Alright. Yes, I do. Yeah.
I wanna be your man. I wanna be your man. But you never say
What I feel. Talk your shit. Okay, so you already know we be pausing. Make sure to get the song, right? So no, it's I Wanna Be Your Man, not Computer Love. So I Want to Be a Man. So of course the dice came out to 5, and we all know love comes to 500 plus hertz, correct? So 5, which is coming to love, which is coming from the song, correct? And we were speaking on love spells, correct? And we were speaking on taking someone's willpower, which is a no, okay? Because of the backfire that you will receive, correct? So we are speaking on the first card that came out was 3, which is Magic, Kundalini Rising, Anointing. This is your higher inner younger self coming. My bad. This is your higher inner younger self coming to alignment, which is what we were speaking on with the tethering, with the doppelgangers. You feel me? The hidden, the unknown. Speaking on different versions of self, right? So our higher inner younger self coming to alignment, right? So the 3 came out first, and we always speak on the negative and positive polarity. Speak on bringing self to balance, because your good is not my good, your bad is not my bad. So we're creating with masculine and feminine energy, the left and the right brain, which is creating our entire mind, correct? So we speak on our mind, body, and soul being whole. So this taps into what? Our 369, and this is what February of this year definitely was the frequency, right? So we created with this yesterday, the frequency of the day of the 1st of February, right? So we always create with the adding of the day so we can have the frequency. I shade this like off of Wu-Tang, right? So that we can be whole and present, so that we can create with the hidden and unknown, right? So, oh, nigga. Okay, so this makes sense because it's 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay, but the way the cards came out was 5 came out before the 4. So 5 is what the dice came to. So either way, our alignment brings ignition to self, right? To our self-elevation, which brings us to a whole. And 4 and 5 coming together comes to 9, right? So that's spine high, rising high, us being whole, creating with our Ra and Allah, which is our masculine and feminine energy, bringing that to a whole, right? And then this comes into order. That's why we generate order and destroy. Then we generate operate and destroy, so that we can create with that we know, and not no false illusion, no bullshit, correct? So you have to create with alignment, and as you shedding of the ego, because the ego brings on the illusion, brings on all that bullshit, right? So you're rising with alignment with your higher inner and younger self. You're never leaving any part of you behind, except for the ego. And again, that is not a part of you. That is part of the illusion, okay? So having a understanding of your higher inner and younger self being whole, being aligned, right? So it brings in that ignition, that force, that fire, that flame, to where you unleasheth of that beast, right? So, which is the hidden even, and that is the card that has not came out yet, which is the 6, right? So if you did it, when you put it in order, 3, 4, 5, and again, that's your higher and younger self, your root, solar, and sacral chakra being aligned, and then you're able to create with your heart chakra, your Hebrew web. So you're creating with your alignment, okay, being whole. So you're able to rise and create with your arm, leg, arm, head being all connected. So you're able to rise to your throat chakra, which is the 5th card, correct? And that is your Shango. And again, all of this coming to alignment in order, being able to rise it, that comes to a high frequency. And again, 5 is what the dice came to, and that is what the love frequency is and what it creates, okay? Is a 500 plus hertz. So either way, that is the highest frequency of anything here in this dimension. So having understanding while we create with alignment, so that we could create with the ignition, right? That high power. And again, you have to be whole before you go on to someone else, correct? And then again, you want to make sure that person is whole also, right? So you both have to be whole, right? Before y'all can actually create and rise it. But if you all are hurt, fucked up, whatever the case is, hurt people, so y'all are not able to rise it, right? So you want to make sure you're whole. So either way, this came to alignment. This came to order, okay? But the way the cards came out was 3. And I usually stop to the card that presented, that was the number that was presented within the dice. But seeing that, you feel me, I didn't really pay attention to that. I was just kind of flowing, letting the music still go. This came out with order, okay? So we were speaking on, you have to create with alignment, and that's what's going on out there, right? So you got to create with that is going on within, because this is where it started, okay? So having an understanding, right? So seeing that we did that, okay, again, order, 3, 4, 5, correct? So having understanding creating with alignment with your higher and younger self. And then you're rising whole with your heart chakra, your Hebrew web, the Hebrew web, the hidden even, right? Once you come into the alignment, right? So you're able to rise and create with that ignition. You're unraveling that serpent, that coil, that kundalini rising, correct? So that is what is going on. And you're able to rise higher than, you feel me? Higher than the 5. You feel me? You're able to rise because we're in the ethers, neters, guys. That's why we speak on the melanin, your serotonin, your carbon, the hidden, the unknown within thee, right? So we create with all numerals, numerology, all the spirituality. So all of that wisdom, all of that, you feel me? It's about self-elevation, but you got to bring it all together. You got to bring it all in whole and put it in order. You feel what I'm saying? Just like our chakras, you feel what I'm saying? Again, this chakra doesn't do the same thing that the other chakra do. You know what I'm saying? So you can't combine it, you feel what I'm saying? But you got to create with it, got to bring it to alignment. And again, that's why I say never tame your beast, never tame your monstrous energy, correct? For a reason. So you're here to learn and receive and tap into your highest skill and create with all of thee, okay? So creating with putting yourself in alignment, okay? So that you can continue rising. So this puts it in order. And then with the cards of the Egyptian, you know, hidden spirituality, Kemet, you feel me? Cam, which means black, you feel me? So black man's magic, we're tapping into our divination. This is symbology also. So we're tapping into ancient wisdom. So you already know the regular deck of cards is the original because that shows symbology, everything, all of that other jazz. So this is actually what was created from the original text and stuff. So it brought in the symbology to this. But again, this brings sight to other words of the wisdom of this dimension, okay? But when you create with these are more of the original, okay? So we have an understanding with these because these are pretty much simple because they bring in the symbology. Well, you already know. We already create with these. So either way, I wanted to pull out 5 of these, right? So the first one brings in Isis, faith and wisdom, because that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about the I know, and we're bringing in knowledge, order, rhythm, astrology, and nature, spiritual soul systems, correct? And that brings in our ignition to unleash the beast, correct? Excuse me, or unleash the beast to rising thee, Ashe. So we have to create with all of thee, and that is our spirituality and our physical, all of thee. You know what I'm saying? So this is faith and wisdom. So this goes into tapping to our Akashic records, our hidden spirituality, you feel me, bringing balance to thee. Okay, so this is faith and wisdom. So we have our knowing, our I know, because that's what time that we're in, and the wisdom that we have is the date so that we can be accurate, correct? So we create with the frequency of the day by adding it up, and then we have an overstanding, so we create with the hidden. So that's a part of the spiritual soul systems, and then we always generate order, destroy. We are actually doing this to rise above the theta, rise to the alpha and omega, you feel me, rise to higher frequencies, higher tones. So we always speak on code. That actually breaks us through the illusion. That actually breaks us through the bullshit, right? So, next is perseverance. And, yeah, so this is, I don't think we ever had this card. Perseverance. Yeah, no. Funny, but either way. Tapping into, okay, so we always speak on our Zen, right? We are creating with self-elevation. We have to bring this all within, and we're creating with the purpose for a reason, and we are making sure we are not distracted, okay? So we're paying attention to all the signs, all the symbols, right, that we need to receive, all that we need to know, all that we need to sense and be aware of that is a part of our journey. And again, that low vibrational bullshit and all that other shit that is supposed to naturally come to you along your journey, you will become a magnet to. Okay, so having an overstanding, don't put all your power into something low vibrational. Don't put your power into something low vibrational, whatever the case is. So you're rising on a whole nother level of frequency. Okay, so having an understanding of things and paying attention to the symbology and everything pretty much is coming your way when you tap into your spirituality is going to be powerful. It's going to be just like an epiphany, like a miracle, whatever the case is. Because it's like, oh my gosh. You hear me? So either way, tapping in, being into all day, every day, and not just when you are being threatened to where those devices automatically come on. We want to make sure they're always on. So you always got to go within to go and make sure your powers and your magic, everything is doing what it do. So again, always want to create with thy power. Never neglect thy power because that is abusive power. So you want to create with your power. And again, we were speaking about affirming thyself up. Okay. So always creating with thyself. But if you're distracted, if you're in other people's business, whatever the case is, you won't be able to create with that, correct? So again, you won't be able to change. You won't be able to rise. You won't be able to learn, receive, teach, give. So then here comes the card transformation. Wise man change, correct? So that is what we speak on here. So again, you go, just like Kevin Gates stated, he's also another Aquarius, my fellow Aquarian. So either way, having overstanding, this wisdom supposed to go within to elevate. And 11 is transformation. And again, whether if you look at it as if you look at it as a zodiac sign or according to the months, you know, the calendar or whatever. Aquarius is 2 when it comes to the calendar, but when it comes to the zodiac, you feel me? 11 is, I'm sorry, Aquarius is the 11th sign. And again, that still comes to 2, right? Because 1 plus 1 is 2. So either way, balance and duality, looking at it metaphorically speaking, looking at it holistically, okay? Having an overstanding. That's why we always break everything up so that we can have an overstanding of things. And Aquarius is the time of I know, and this is the time that, this is the new moon. The new moon is in Aquarius. So this is the time for transformation, for a change, for us to rise, for us to learn, receive, teach, give. Okay, so I haven't really been going out all like that because I've been doing, you know, my business, stuff like that. Plus, I go to clubs to, you know, I'll go to clubs to pretty much, you know, do my business. You know what I'm saying? So either way, it's like I'm not just there wasting time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually working. You know what I'm saying? So isolation brings in elevation, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really planning on going out to really kick it until my crown year, which is, you know, coming up or whatever. So I've been really chilling. But of course, you want to chill and go within, whatever the case is, for, you know me, with intent. Okay, so that's why we create with spiritual baths. We create with, part of my business and everything. Is, you know, everything's natural, everything's holistic, everything, you feel me? So everything's spiritual pretty much. So I can't be distracted, you feel me, with, you feel me, the type of power, you feel what I'm saying, type of energy, you feel me, that, you feel me, I create with and stuff like that. So I make sure others know that also. So I don't come on here to waste y'all's time, and so I make sure others don't waste my time, you feel what I'm saying, because we're changing all day, every day. So certain people need help along the way. You feel what I'm saying? Certain people need guidance along the way. But again, you have to be the one to do this. You feel me? You have to be the one to want to go within. You would have to be the one to want to transform it. You have to be the one to want to create with your, you know, your solo magic. You want to be able to create with your divination. Yeah. Great diviner. Just go and explore. If you hear me, all of this is going in. So either way, you want to bring that power to yourself. But again, you have to want to do that. If anyone else tries to tell you, give your power to someone else, whatever the case is, that's a problem. Okay? So either way, you got to go within you. You. Okay? So again, like we stated, once you do that, you become the magnet to everything that you will need. Okay? So you need to continue rising in frequency and not put all your energy into some little small ass thing. You feel me? That will automatically come. To thee. That's why we speak on manifesting. You feel me? How to create. Manifesting, how to create with alchemy and stuff like that. So, resourcefulness. And this is, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to print out. I'm going to just let you all see. If I can focus it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so like we stated, you will become a magnet to everything that you need. Okay, and we always state that. So it's like your who, what, where, when, how will all be answered. You feel me? So it's not just the materialistic things. No, everything will come your way that you would need. If you need protection, if you need guidance, you need help out of anything. If you need, you feel what I'm saying, whatever the case is, you feel me? The answers is going to come on through. Your higher, any other stuff going to come on through. That's why when we were speaking about doppelgangers and stuff like that, and you seeing your twin, whatever the case is, it's for a reason. You need to go learn something. You know what I'm saying? So either way, having an understanding, and you will become that magnet in everything that you need. And again, that creates with your manifesting, your alchemy. You feel me? I'm sorry, your manifestation, tapping into your your teaching you your alchemy stuff. So you becoming that you feel me, that magician, that we're gonna say that alchemist, that powerful one, you feel me, that Vutuneta, you feel me, the nectars, guys we were speaking about Medu nectar, right? So creating that power, that powerful realm around you, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like you are receiving everything that you need, and that's you creating with your inner magic, your inner imagination. So again, you're having an understanding of things and you're sensing everything holistically. So of course you're going to see the bigger picture of your journey, you feel me, of your frequency. So you're aiming towards that. And again, once you get to one goal, you are learning and receiving skill for the next level. Okay, so again, like Nipsey Hussle stated, you feel me, victory lap. Yeah, we won that one, my nigga, but the marathon still continues. The marathon still continues, you feel me? So tapping in, you're always supposed to learn something new, you feel me? Whether if you think you know it or not, you feel what I'm saying? You're always supposed to learn something new. So just like Aaliyah stated in her song, a lot of people hate learning what that they think they already know. When we on a whole nother frequency now, and we're creating with different levels of things on, you feel me, like we stated, without the illusion. So yes, trust, it's a lot that you need to learn. You know what I mean? And it's not just y'all, it's me too. And it's not just me, it's y'all. You feel what I'm saying? So having an understanding. So yep, we were speaking about the hermit. Yep, the hermit age. So that's going within, right? Sarah, that's going within. You feel me? That's ye creating with the seeker, becoming the seer, and rising, the wise man. You feel me? So wise man change, you feel me? Rising the wise one. So this is always about going within, okay? Let me make sure y'all can see that. Boom, boom, bang. Yeah? Let's see. Okay, so having an understanding of why you go within and go and meditate and go have me time, and you're able to learn, receive. You know what I'm saying? You're not going in for depression. No, you're not going in, you feel me, for sorrow, whatever you want to call it. No, you're going into cord cut. You feel me? You're going into, like we just stated, break generational curses, to heal, cleanse, learn skill, technique, rise your senses. That's where telekinesis, astral projection, shape, everything comes in. Because again, when you're in meditation, you're in another frequency. You're rising frequency. You're in another realm. So having an understanding, that's you creating with your divination. That's why we always speak on it over here. And some motherfuckers be like, I don't know how to do it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, you got to create with intent, because people just think you're just sitting there doing nothing. No, you're doing a lot, okay? A lot. And they say this all within, certain hidden work, hidden scripture and stuff like that. Meditation gives you a doorway to so much. You feel what I'm saying? Not just, you feel me, whether you're just sitting there. No, you're on a whole nother level. You feel me? Your mentality, everything, like it's on a whole nother level. Everything is on a whole nother level. Especially when you're creating with intent and having an understanding with it. You feel what I'm saying? So meditation gets you through that doorway. Meditation is you tapping into your divination. So again, you are tapping into a higher power, a higher sense, okay? So, always speaking on the hidden, the unknown. We do that they say don't do over here. So, I definitely wanted to do that with y'all. I'm about to go ahead and go, because I was not supposed to be on here this long with y'all, like, today. And it's like, I don't plan, any other one either. So, it's just kind of like, I just, you feel me, write the date, you feel me, and I'm already doing this myself anyway. My zen, you feel me, I chill. Oh, my bad, that part came out. So, yep, because we got to talk about that. We already talked about that. So, I was not planning on coming on here. Next, I ended up staying on here way longer than I had before, and it was me talking this whole time, you feel what I'm saying? So, sometimes you just got to go with the flow of things, you feel me? And it's like, make sure another card didn't flip, but yeah, kind of going with the flow of things. So I feel like synchronicities, you feel me, that we always speak on, like the Cuban link. And usually it's like how they say, if you're thinking about somebody, the heck, if you're thinking about somebody, trust me, they're pretty much thinking about you too. You know what I'm saying? So that goes into the Cuban link, like, okay, you're receiving this nudge to do this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not the only one that probably feels like this, going like this, whatever the case is. You feel me? Plus, you want to make sure a lot of people are not out here creating with thought off of fear. You feel what I'm saying? Or not, creating with spirituality off of fear. You feel what I'm saying? But off of knowing, that's different. But, excuse me, why you know how I get my uploads. But you got to make sense of things. And that's when you generate, order, and destroy. Then you be able to generate, operate, and destroy. And again, this is from me. You feel me? I deal with alignment all day, every day. You feel me? I deal with spirituality. Like Kevin Gates stated, like, I love the shadow side, the ancestral realm. That's me. You feel me? So it's like I do this, but, I create with alignment all day. But if others do not, so that experience may go differently. You know what I'm saying? But that's showing how severe it is for you to come to alignment so that you won't come through no battles to where, you know what I mean, you will pretty much you won't come to no battles to where you don't know how to handle it, pretty much is what I'm saying. So when you create with alignment, with realignment, stuff like that, they keep blocking me, but when you create with alignment and realignment, that is you creating in every dimension, creating in every reality. You know what I'm saying? So when you go through meditation, you are creating with that realm that you dream about all day, every day. But you are in a moment where you're actually able to be more aware, you feel me? And you're actually going into that realm voluntarily, you feel me? And you're pretty much placing your thought based on where you want to go. You feel me? So again, this is tapping into astral projection. You feel me? So this is tapping into higher senses. You feel me? Within self when you just go into meditation. But again, you got to create with intent. So we were speaking about the doppelganger. You feel me? That presents, people's karma. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, like we stated, that will show you what level you're on. You feel what I'm saying? That will show you your mindset. Like, are you panicking right now? Like, are you in fear to face yourself? Are you in fear to face your reflection? Are you in fear to face your reflection, to face yourself because of what you possibly have done? But then again, a lot of things don't matter. You feel what I'm saying? So when you come to that point, just like how we stated, when you come across a dog or something, you don't want that dog to smell your fear. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like when you are tapping into any versions of yourself or any parts of your generations, your bloodline, ancestors, restorations, nature, you don't want any vibration of fear going through any thought. You feel what I'm saying? Or going through any manifestation, going through anything. You feel what I'm saying? Because setting a foundation, like we stated before, on fear is going to automatically crumble. You feel what I'm saying? And it's going to block you. And like we stated before, it's going to cause karma. You feel me? That blockage, you feel me? That is what is going to keep giving you like uploads, like on how to overcome that. You feel what I'm saying? It's going to keep giving you, like, when people think of karma, they always think of it as something that's automatically demolishing or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? But karma could be just letting you know of a lesson that you were supposed to learn and you're receiving another chance, but in a different way. You feel what I'm saying? But karma also is making sure that you're being observant of self. So you're paying attention to, you feel me, what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? So you don't want to make it to where you're paranoid with it. You feel what I'm saying? But when you do see reflection, you feel me, see self, you feel what I'm saying? It's definitely going to give you all of the uploads. You feel me? Like, oh, I should have did this, I should have did that, blah, blah. Or it's going to give you alignment, like, oh, nigga, We here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's based on you. It's based on your mentality. So it's like your alignment is so strong. But when you come into alignment, all versions of self comes to alignment. So when you do see reflection and stuff, there's no need to fear. There's no need to run. There's no need to feel like none of that. Because again, you all are aligned, all versions of self. So you in your other self is aligned and have that automatic love language. I guess. Yep, there you go. I can say that. You have that automatic love language. Okay. So you all have that connection. But again, if you have fear within that telepathic cord, within that tether, it's going to be demolished. And again, you will be the one that will be demolished because you have fear. And since you have fear, just like a dog, they're going to test it. You know what I'm saying? Or just like whatever. Because again, this is the level that you're on. And you're supposed to know when it comes to alignment. And you have to know that when it comes to alignment, you're not supposed to fight yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be enemies with yourself at all. And that's all versions of self is supposed to know that. You know what I'm saying? So that is, again, an overstanding of you. Okay, so you never want to fight yourself. You're always supposed to learn. You're always supposed to listen and heal. You feel me? So again, that's why you see those pictures going around where they're going within, hugging their younger selves, hugging every version of themselves, because you all have to come to alignment. Okay, so you all have to look at it on a higher level. You feel me? So that you won't let fear, you feel what I'm saying, block you. You feel me? From rising, or block you from your true alignment. You feel what I'm saying? Because again, when you come into power, into, you feel me, sight with self, that is a whole orb. Like that's a whole universe right there that you in your, you feel me, all versions of yourself is creating right there. You know what I mean? So that's supposed to be like on a whole nother level. Especially with alignment. When you're aligned, oh, just imagine with all of you all being aligned and you all being in the same dimension, not same dimension, but whatever you want to call it. Because that's what's going on right now. We're going to align. Everything is coming to alignment. So, which is what we had just stated. But when you come to alignment, like it hits so much differently. Like that power, that force, that fire, that, you know what I'm saying? Just hits so much differently. And again, that's part of your judgment. Like what level are you on? You hear what I mean? Are you elevating? Like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So again, that definitely would be a reflection of you. That'll be a time of you. So it won't be no time to be playing. Yep, resurrection. And then Urzuli, pay attention. Like, what? Quit playing. Yeah, me, yeah. And we spoke about messages, Wata, messages from the now. You know what I'm saying? Hello. And again, you have Urzuli, like, pay attention. Okay? Pay attention. Yon. Okay? So that's why we speak on the signs. We speak on making stuff make sense. You have to be realigned. Period, point blank. That's why I always say it on here. You know, if we weren't talking about certain things, I wouldn't say it. You feel me? If we weren't talking about certain spiritual soul systems and certain miracles and certain things that would automatically possibly happen upon our journey, I wouldn't speak on it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, since we do, we always speak on the hidden, the unknown and stuff like that. You feel me? So, and you always have to go within you. So, you know, speaking on alignment in every dimension, speaking on alignment and having an understanding. That's why we do certain symbols and stuff. So we have an understanding of the symbols, right? So that's the paying attention, and that is the resurrection, because the wise men change, right? So you're rising, being reborn with this wisdom, with this elevation. You feel me? So again, this is to elevate that is already within you. Yeah, because this is revelation. Yep. Revolution. Is that not what we were just saying? When I kept saying all those whatever, we saying those other words and stuff. And then this is tradition. Yep, this is tradition. Tapping into your spirituality within thee. You feel me? This is what you do. And again, this is what was presented here. You feel me? Within these Egyptian cards, within here, everywhere. It's showing that you have to go within the, and then again, you're going through this research, and then you're there to receive everything holistically. You feel me? On a whole nother level, and then you have an understanding like this has a similar message, and it's all about self-elevation. You feel me? And then the next one will probably be about self-awareness. You know, being aware of your senses, being aware of your surroundings. Being, you know, it's bringing everything metaphorically it's bringing everything metaphorically to you. You feel what I'm saying? Spiritually, like everything is coming back to you, to ye rising. You feel me? On a whole nother level. So seeing that it's our time, we've been through enough. You feel me? It's been shown that our alignment is not supposed to be hard. So right when you go into meditation, creating with intent, you're already on that other realm. And that brings sights to it. That brings sight to knowing, like, check. You feel me? Got that. You hear me? Got the astral projection. Got the out-of-body experience, whatever you want to call it. But you got that check mark. Because, my nigga, when you tap into your Akashic records, when you tap into seeing or sensing while during meditation, you're sensing other areas. You feel me? Other energies. You're tapping into your higher power. You feel what I'm saying? So when you tap into being able to learn and receive and take control, you feel what I'm saying? Well, not control, but create with the energy and stuff like that. That's you being on a whole nother level. And that's you tapping into, you feel me, like clairaudience and all this other stuff that other people do not create with on a regular. So the hidden senses. And again, right when you start meditating, you are in another dimension. You feel me? Another zone. And as you tap into spirituality, because again, we create with numerals. We create with generating, order, and destroying, rising above theta, certain music, some tools, some tones to rise our vibration and frequency so that we can recharge properly, right? So that we can generate, order, and destroy, generate, operate, and destroy properly, right? So we need the alignment for a reason. So all these codes have been played out in so many, not played out, but actually been presented in so many things, you know, especially when it comes to science, when it comes to, you know, instruments, when it comes to fruit, when it comes to vegetables, everything comes to alignment with thee. You feel what I'm saying? With us, with the melanin, within thee. You feel what I'm saying? So having an understanding of how everything is connected for you to rise. You feel what I'm saying? Everything is connected. So you're going to, so you're going to receive so many symbols, so much symbology for you to stay in tune and not get distracted, because that's how severe it is with this year being the 9. So we are rising on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So symbology, everything is rising to keep us out the illusion. So consistency is key, and a lot of things, it is very obvious of the illusion. So seeing that it's come to that point, it's very obvious of how severe our self-elevation is. You know what I'm saying? And how seeing that it is severe, it's made easy. It's just once you get past that first step, you feel me? Taking that veil the fuck off. Shedding of the ego. Rising out of, you feel me, your cocoon phase. You gotta be on the whole, you gotta go ahead and rise on up. You gotta be ready to accept who you are. Accept thyself, to learn, to rise, to be on a whole nother level. So your Akashic records be like, brrr, there it is. You hear me? Oh, so you creating with balance. Oh yeah, let's get it. So once you create with balance, I'm telling you that energy keeps going on. So always go within. Stop worrying about other people. You feel me? Don't waste your energy with no one. You feel me? With no one. Always go within. Like, this is very severe for us to rise it. You feel me? Always want to be in tune with the times that we are rising to. You feel me? Everything is transforming. Everything's been prophesized. You feel me? So this has definitely been said, been told. So it's just rising, the wise one, creating a seeker to become the seer. So you gotta go. You got to go within, you know what I'm saying, to receive this, and you got to tap into research, wisdom, you feel me, all of that, you feel me, and again, it has to be about self. So, I definitely wanted to, oh, I have a picture of the sun and the, not the sun, I'm sorry, I have a picture of the star and the moon that I'm going to go ahead and put on Facebook also, so definitely have the look up. As we were speaking on alignment, a lot of the alignment of the planets, a lot of things are other things are coming to alignment too. Remember we were speaking on the stars, all the other stuff that you may not know are also coming into tune. Also, so with these alignments, so it's not just a few planets that we know of. No, it's many, many, many more. Yes, okay. So being loyal to thyself, loyalty right here. Loyalty is key. Self-love, self-care. You know what I'm saying? That's what we always speak on. And it's gonna make you become that magnet of love, of your frequency, your soul twin, soul tribes. You feel me? All that, and then again, this comes to unity, union. Just like how we stated, you feel me? When you come to unity with your reflection, with, you feel me, who you supposed to learn and receiving from, trust. And again, that's a part of initiation. You feel me? And this is definitely what it just came out. If you have seen any, a virgin, whatever the case is, that's power. That's what we had already spoke on. You know what I'm saying? So, again, tapping in, being in tune, all the cards came out to that too. So, Ashe. Yep, the great divine. Yep, the great diviner. Being that, you stepping in that. You know what I'm saying? Tapping in, knowing, not tapping in, but being in tune with your power. And that's a part of all. Being in tune with your power, and that's a part of the process of the initiation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are rising on a whole nother level right now. So, being in tune. Okay, y'all. So, I'm going to go, yep, solo magic. Talk to me nice. And then you got miracles. And you filling the void. You know what I'm saying? And you're going beyond. Yeah, they going in. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop playing. Oh, yeah. They definitely went in. Yep. Miracles and solo magic. That's what we were speaking on when you tap into your divination. Your hidden, your unknown. Ashe? Your hidden unknown. Ashe? So, yes, I'm going to go ahead and go. Yes, all these cards came out right in time. What she say off of, what is it, Nutty Professor? Hercules, oh. Okay, let me get off of here. So, yes. So, yes, you generate, order, destroy for you. Generate, order, destroy for you, lay. Generate, order, destroy for you, start your day. So that you can recharge properly. So that you can manifest, create with your magic with intent. You feel me? And you'll be able to go ahead and manifest it. You feel me? So you are creating on a whole nother level. Alchemist, you feel me? Way more powerful than a magician. You feel me? Because a lot of people say they only create with tricks. But again, we are on a whole nother level. Neters, net guys, rise our lives, nature, animal kingdom. Element senses, we're creating with that and some. You know what I'm saying? So definitely being on a whole nother level. So when they say we're going to make them call, well, yeah, when we say we're going to make them call us gods, oh, trust they're going to call us what we tell them to call us. And they better put respect on it. But either way, yes, we are way more than gods. But yeah, we're going to make them call us all of that and some. So tapping in, being in tune. Especially when you got that beautiful spiral of the head. You hear me? That 9 neters, guys. So that's creating with the hidden, the unknown. And then you'll be able to become that magnet to everything that you need. Having an understanding of how to create with your spirituality in this physical. Okay, so being whole, rising. You feel me? So I would definitely be going here tomorrow because I do see how severe. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely gonna be back on here. So I would definitely probably put on Last Drag. I'm trying to find that because they be so full of shit. And I've seen that mug on YouTube. You know, they was charging like $14.99. Said whatever, but I don't. So either way, I'm gonna check and see if it's on something else so that we can watch that. And because a lot of the movies we had already played, I think we played it in 2022 and in 2023. So we're going to play Spawn also. Gotta find that mug too. But either way, I will be back on here, you all. I will see you all later. Hold on. Oh, yeah, because I want to make sure I stated everything right. So, generate, order, destroy, having overstanding things, coming to alignment, make sure I stated everything. Oh, yeah, because when you manifested and then you are ready to rise it on a whole nother level, correct? So, we continue with this, not just one time. We do this all day, every day on a whole nother level. You feel me? So, we learn, receive, teach, give, wise men change, correct? So, we are rising. Ashe. So I will see you all later. Dang it, hold on. Gotta make sure I get this one because of course this little thing. I show y'all.